Ruled.
How the fuck you gonna overrule the Constitution, man?
Keep the defendant silent.
Peace. What's going on? MD checking in once again. The arena this week, man. You know, this is a special occasion, so I brought it on back. The arena this week, we're gonna get into a myriad of topics tonight. So strap in and get yourself a cold beverage and go take a piss, and because we in it to win it. So with that being said, what's up, twin? What's going on, man? Yeah. Hey, twin, just like Angel Stumping up say, man, it's too much going on right now. You know what I'm saying? So we finna get into it. Head over here. Let's just go on, get it on out the way now, because I don't even want to too much deal with it once we start going deep. Black Sun, bring up the article from ABC7NY. It's like it ain't all the way up there. It's like one of the last things I sent you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hold on.
Okay, my bad.
You said the last one you sent me?
Yeah, no, not the last one. It's the one with Trump in the thumbnail.
Oh,
ABC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
We gonna go and get Trump out the way, man.
Okay, got it.
And if everybody ain't heard it by now, Trump has been indicted yet again on charges of conspiracy related to J6. So let's just go on, get into it, and get it on out of our system now.
Okay, can you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Cool.
And this is pretty much just a timeline of events up to this point. So this is from ABC. It's actually from local ABC 7, which is out of somewhere. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I like the article because it gave a timeline. So this is Donald Trump expects indictment any day now in 2020 election subversion case, as it happened. As we all know, up to this point, it has happened. So I believe you can scroll down.
Okay. Let me scroll down.
Okay, clothing summary. So yeah, it's giving the timeline. So it's saying a judge in Georgia turned down an attempt by Donald Trump to stop Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis investigation into his efforts to overrun the 2020 election results in the state. Over the weekend, Willis said she could announce charges in the case anytime between now and the first day of September. Keep that in mind. Trump said he expected he could be indicted any day now. Now, this was earlier, that he could be indicted any day now as part of special counsel Jack Smith's investigation into January 6th insurrection. Smith has been looking into Trump's efforts to remain in office. Now, let me say that again, because I don't think Black Sun heard that. Smith has been looking into Trump's efforts to remain in office following his 2020 election defeat to Joe Biden. Federal prosecutors have assembled evidence to charge Trump with 3 crimes, The Guardian has reported. All right, you can scroll down, Black Sun. Carlos de Oliveira, the property manager of Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate, made his first court appearance. Now, remember, there was a third person charged in the Mar-a-Lago case last week, and this is him. On Monday, on charges in the classified documents case against the former president. De Oliveira was added last week to the indictment with Trump and the ex-president's valet, Walt Nauta, and faces charges including conspiracy to obstruct justice and lying to investigators. Now, keep in mind with that conspiracy to obstruct justice, the same exact charge they putting on him in the J6 case, the same exact charge. And me and Black Sun will talk about it after this. A month out from the first debate of the Republican presidential primary, Donald Trump's domination of the field increases. Now, this is the Black Sun point. Domination of the field increases with each poll.
Yep.
On Monday, the first 2024 survey from the New York Times and Siena College put Trump at 54% support. His closest challenger, Ron DeSantis, was at 17%. No one else, including Mike Pence, Tim Scott, and Nikki Haley, was higher than 3%. Scroll down.
Okay.
House Republicans announced an investigation into the deal reached between Hunter Biden and the Justice Department that would have seen the president's son plead guilty to tax charges and enter a diversion agreement to resolve a gun charge. We all know pretty much what's going on with that. The judge denied whatever plea I guess that would be the federal prosecution and Hunter Biden. So right now that's in limbo because I guess they're trying to resolve or satisfy the judge on whatever plea they come up with next. This rapid fire, y'all. A former business partner of Hunter Biden told the House Oversight Committee on Monday, which was yesterday, that Hunter sought to create an illusion of access to his father, Joe Biden, to impress clients and business associates. But he insisted the then vice president was never directly involved in any deals, according to Democratic Representative Dan Goldman. So Hunter Biden is trying to cop pleas to keep his daddy out of shit right now. So things is heating up on whatever they got on Hunter. But the Republican chair of the House Oversight Committee, James Comer, said Archer's testimony confirms Joe Biden lied to the American people when he said he had no knowledge about his son's business dealing and was not involved. Republican Representative Annie Biggs, who attended the interview, told reporters, "I think we should do an impeachment inquiry." Yeah, I don't want to scroll down a little bit, Black Sun, because this ain't about Joe Biden per se. Super fat back. Okay, all right, that's it. So, just to get it out of the way, again, former President Donald J. Trump has been indicted yet again on federal charges of conspiracy to obstruct justice based off of January 6th. What say you, Black Sun?
What say I about his indictment? There goes the approval ratings. Yeah, approval ratings about to shoot up again. Yo, yeah. I mean, yeah, I love it. Yeah. It's approval rating is going to shooting right to the goddamn presidency. The way I look at it.
So again, like I said, I agree with you about the approval ratings.
Mm-hmm.
But the way these things are coming out, and also just listening to Jack Smith's interview that he just did maybe 10 minutes ago, he's wanting to do this as a speedy trial as well, which is really not on him. It's on Trump's attorneys, which if the Mar-a-Lago case would say anything, I think he would oblige it because they asked for a speedy trial with that. We got to start looking at how far is this going to go, not with him boosting approval ratings, but how much of it is on one extreme, charge after charge, which will initially or essentially put him in jail for life, or on the other extreme is just a witch hunt. I think we got and it's hard to do because it's Trump, so it's hard to take the politics out of it. But the way that they doing it, based on and that's why I told you to put that in your back pocket. They clearly said in the article that based on Trump's wanting to get back into office and correlating it with the charges. So it's almost like you're just giving it away politically. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of this is much to do about nothing. I totally agree with that, but we can't take away from the fact that it's being done.
So does the general public that keep approving of ratings. They think it's bullshit too.
Well, and like I said, I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact remains is, from whatever government that you think is going on right now, is being done at a rapid rate. You know what I'm saying? Family Willis, Fulton County DA, basically by the beginning of September, he's gonna be indicted again in Georgia. Now we could slam dunk that now. You know what I'm saying? And also, like I said, I was listening to that space. You have to understand what type of in the case of the charges themselves and it going to trial, what type of jury we're gonna have with these trials. I'm gonna tell you right now, you may not agree, Black Son. If they do a grand jury indictment in Georgia, and it looks like this grand jury indictment gonna be in DC, the odds gonna be stacked against them based on the demographics in them cities. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? We talk about Atlanta and we talk about DC. Miami, I may sway it toward Trump because we know a lot of them Latinos in Miami is Republican anyway. You know what I'm saying? But from a demographic standpoint, in Atlanta and in DC, because I don't even know where they're going to indict him at. I can only assume it's DC because that's what J6 happened. If they indict him in DC, it ain't gonna be a good look, grand jury wise. Does that make sense?
Not in Georgia. You're making the assumption that, okay, because Atlanta has mostly black people, you're assuming that, because they got to be Democrats at the end of the day. You're not counting the fact that Atlanta has the largest black conservative population, and a lot of them, one of the largest black supporters of Trump. So you're not taking that consideration. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying. So I got.
Black Son, I'm willing to bet you. That's how confident I am in what I just said. I'm willing to bet you.
Well, I'm confident all this shit's gonna get dropped. He gonna beat all this shit. I'm confident.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's yet to be seen. I'm just looking at it from a grand jury standpoint.
Not only is he gonna beat these cases, he's gonna win the presidency. I already see it. This is how I'm looking at the hindsight. All this shit is boosting him up, and it's like they're bringing all this attention. Yeah, they're riling up his base. They really, because really, they are scared that he's going to win the election. Now it's coming out that that 2020 shit was goddamn fuddy duddy. So yeah, it's coming out. So yeah, they trying to stop him at all costs. They trying to stop a landslide. Why else would they wait 2 or 3 years to indict him? Years later, everybody sees the bullshit. Yeah, I'm seeing a damn Trump landslide. And him and getting rid of all these charges once he become president. That's just my opinion. You ask my opinion, I'm giving it to you.
I get your point. I get your point.
So I'm just telling you how I see it.
But like I said, the only thing that I was questioning was the selection of the grand jury. And I'm willing to put money on the type of people that will be selected for that grand jury in those particular cities. That's all I was saying. I agree with all your points. But that ain't got nothing to do with the grand jury. You know what I'm saying?
Even if the grand jury is mostly Democratic and black people, again, I think the shit's going to go his way. Somehow, some kind of way it's going to go his way. So I'm just saying, if I was you, I wouldn't hold my breath. That's all I'm saying. Don't hold your breath, brother, because you could drown in your own goddamn, what they call it when you exhale, your carbon monoxide or dioxide or monoxide. Don't hold your breath, brother. Because I'm seeing something, like I said, we just witnessed and saw goddamn Prigozhin goddamn shoot goddamn up fucking the Russian military and survive. So at this point, I'm looking at, man, this Trump thing, these indictments ain't nothing, ain't shit compared to goddamn that shit that went down in Russia. It ain't shit. Because motherfuckers have died for less.
I mean, that's apples and oranges at the end of the day.
No, it's not. I don't see it that way. It's not apples and oranges to me. They're both legal cases and they both project a certain outcome. So we had our wow moment in Russia. We're gonna have our wow moment with this shit. I've already seen this coming. We're gonna have our wow moment with this shit. It's gonna be wild to y'all. It's not gonna be wild to me, is what I'm saying.
There you have it, man. There you have it. That's why I wanted to go and get this on out the way first, so we can flush it out of our system, man. You know, at this point, in other news, Trump get indicted again on jaywalking. You know, go on to the next story. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just wanted to go and get that on out the way. We can get up out of that.
Okay, cool deal.
And now we're gonna get into. Let me get into some of these other stories before I jump into my main event.
10-4. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 more
go up to the political article with Mayor Adams, where it says Adams warned Biden. Yeah, go up to that one.
That's it right there. Yep, we got it. That's it. Oh, okay. So, okay, there we go. Can you see it? Okay.
Yeah, I can see it. Blow it up just like a couple. That not much.
Got you. No problem. Boom. One more.
That's good right there. That's good.
Cool. Okay. All right.
All right. Yeah, this from Politico, y'all. It says Adams, talking about Mayor Adams of New York. Adams warned Biden there was no room for migrants. Now they're sleeping on the sidewalk. Don't scroll down.
Damn. It's Chicago.
No, that's New York.
New York. Oh, that's New York. Damn. Okay. Oh shit. Yeah, that's New York. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. New York. Images of migrants forced to sleep on Manhattan sidewalks in recent days are hammering home a point New York City Mayor Eric Adams has long been trying to make to President Joe Biden. We need help, Adams said Monday, and it's not going to get any better. From this point on, it's downhill. Scroll down. Photos, videos, and interviews from the street outside the Midtown Manhattan Hotel, doubling. Now, first and foremost, let me give everybody a backdrop. It just said photos, videos, and interviews from the street outside the Midtown Manhattan Hotel. Anybody that's ever been to New York, just from a person on the outside looking in that don't live in New York, Midtown Manhattan, probably the busiest place, not only in the country but in the world. The sights and sounds of New York all go through Midtown Manhattan.
Yep.
And you got hundreds upon hundreds of illegal Mexicans sleeping on the side of the street. Basically right around the corner from Times Square.
Yeah.
But let's continue. Doubling as an intake center are circulating online and in the national media.
Hold on. And they got to do something before that winter because New York got some cold ass winters.
Yeah, they do.
Oh shit.
They do. I ain't gonna have my ass outside.
First of all, it's hot. It's hot and musty right now in New York. So they
right, yeah, because they on that Hudson River, yeah.
Right. So it's hot and muggy right now, but them cold winters in New York. You talk about somebody running to the goddamn subway station. Okay, but anyway, go ahead, MD. I'm just
I feel you.
Ooh, yeah, I'm having flashbacks, man. My damn fingers are hurting. Remember that damn cold weather. It's summertime. Go ahead.
Yeah, groups of newly arrived men resigned to sleeping on cardboard boxes have found that, as Adams has repeatedly warned the White House, there is no room for them. The images are stark, but they're unlikely to prompt Biden and his top aides to take immediate action. As they've said, the national immigration problem requires a congressional solution. Adams has blamed the White House. Adams is a Democrat now. Adams is the one that pushed for sanctuary cities. Keep that in mind. Adams has blamed the White House for not sending enough financial aid or acting on requests like expedited work authorization. More than 93,000 migrants have come to the city since last spring.
Yep.
More than half remain in its care. There was bordering states that received more money than us, and they're using the money to bus people to New York.
Damn.
Adams said Monday at an unrelated news conference. He said New York City has received only $30 million in federal aid thus far for a crisis he estimated will cost $4.2 billion by next summer.
Yep.
New York congressional leaders also announced in June that New York City was allocated nearly 105 million in FEMA funds for the migrant crisis. Adams said the city has yet to receive that money. The mayor and other Democrats have decreed how Republican Governor Greg Abbott of Texas and Ron DeSantis of Florida bused and flew migrants to New York and other cities as political stunts. But the visuals of migrants sleeping on cardboard boxes or in vans outside New York City's Roosevelt Hotel could similarly catch Biden's attention. Adams has at times broken with national Democratic messaging, including on immigration and public safety. Last May, he was left off the Biden re-election campaign list of 50 surrogates after accusing the White House of failing New York City on migrants. The exclusion came despite Adams' touting of the working class roots he and Biden share. So they kicked his ass off the campaign trail.
Yep.
For Joe Biden.
Yep.
Leaving migrants to sleep on the streets could also hurt Adams, who's been accused by more progressive Democrats of not doing enough to accommodate them. Damn, it's more progressive than Eric Adams. While the mayor insists the city is at its capacity, there are more options to house newcomers. Yeah, like kicking the black folks out.
Yep.
So the Mexicans can move in. Let's continue.
Let's do it. Oh shit, hold on. Ooh, there you go.
There are spaces and there are opportunities to make space for people, said Democratic consultant Camille Riviera. Who could have guessed it? Who pointed to vacancies in commercial buildings. Oh hell, they want to move in damn Madison Square Garden.
Hell yeah, they want them damn condos, baby. Make your life flush.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you gotta vote for us. Okay, I'm glad.
Yeah, right. This is an operational juggernaut, and intake is hard. But this is New York City, and what do you want? Oh damn! What? And you do what you want to do to make sure people are taken care of. Lupe Todd Medina, another Democratic consultant, said the images may spur help from other corners. If anything, my hope is that the business community and the real estate community see what is going on and they also act. So hell, they should just give away free houses.
Just walk away.
Yeah.
Hold on, man. Hold on.
Oh hell.
Fuck that shit. Goddamn Democrats. Fuck that. You already know what time it is.
There has been too much violence, too much pain. None here without sin. But I have an honorable compromise. Just walk away. Give me the pump, the oil, the gasoline, and the whole compound, and I spare you lives. Just walk away. I will give you safe passage in the wasteland. Just walk away, and there will be an end to the horror.
Just walk away.
Just walk away.
Yeah.
From those nice condos in New York Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Just walk away. We will end no migration and sleeping on the streets. Just walk away.
Okay. Yeah. There will be an end to the high rent. Just walk away.
Just walk away.
That's essentially what they're saying. We'll give you safe passage across the Tri-City area. Just walk away. No more high rent. No more taxi.
Just walk away. We'll end the whole violence. In the homelessness. Just walk away.
And the muggings. And the personalities.
Oh gosh.
Oh shit! All right, man.
All right, man.
If anything, my hope is that the business community and the real estate community see what is going on and they also act. She said. All right, we scroll down.
Okay, let me scroll down. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's it.
Oh no,
it ain't. All right.
Yeah.
Adams, for his part, has said that nothing is off the table when it comes to housing migrants. He has resettled asylum seekers in Texas, Florida, and as far away as China.
Damn.
Bus them north to the suburbs, temporarily set them up in public school gymnasiums,
just like Chicago,
and even and even considered using a shuttered prison for migrant shelter.
Yeah.
Mayoral spokesperson Fabian Levy said the city struggles every day to free up beds for migrants. He said children and families are prioritized and placed in shelter every night. Shout out to Apex. He in New York. Maybe he can give us a firsthand account.
Facts
of what's going on up there in Manhattan. You know what I mean? I know you work in Harlem. Like I guess that's considered like uptown. I don't know how that works, but I think that I don't know if you got to go through Manhattan to get to where, I don't know, but maybe you can give us a firsthand account. Where am I at? We continue to do our best to least offer adults a temporary place to wait off the sidewalk, Levy said in a statement. But in all honesty, New Yorkers may continue to see more and more migrants waiting outside as hundreds of asylum seekers continue to arrive in our city seeking shelter every day. What are they seeking asylum from? How do you have thousands upon thousands? You might have, so let's just think logically. Let's be logical. Let's be logical. We're saying people from Mexico and Central America are seeking asylum based off what? Are we saying the cartels? Is that an assumption?
I guess, yeah, we can assume that. Cartel, yeah, cartel violence.
Okay, so with that being said, by logic, wouldn't the whole country in and of itself be in a state of seeking asylum? Like the whole damn country, whether it be Guatemala, El Salvador, Mexico. Like, I don't get it. So are you going to take in the population of the whole country of El Salvador? Are you going to take in the whole population of the country of Guatemala?
According to
are you going
to
take in
Biden going to open all the borders up? Shit.
Open borders.
Yeah,
peace, Apex. Borders. What's up?
Peace.
Apex.
What's going on, man?
Shit. Nothing, man. We getting through these stories. We going hot and heavy. I wanted you up here, man. Like I said, I know you work in Harlem. Do you have to go through Manhattan to get to work, or?
Well, I'm in the Bronx, so I go to Manhattan. Now, I haven't seen any difference. I haven't, New York is big and a lot of people in it. I haven't seen it. But my coworker, he said that the city has bought them e-bikes. E-bike, you know what an e-bike
is? Yeah, e-bike is. Yeah, like the Uber bikes.
Yeah, and them joints is not cheap,
Nah, they ain't.
And they bought them scooters and all that stuff. They bought them a whole gang of them, B.
Oh shit.
Now imagine, they got black people all over the place sleeping on the floor in certain areas, and they skip over them, and these guys just come over and they get to get e-bikes.
Yeah.
They get free room and board. They get
Are they giving them Metro cards too?
Yeah, e-bike, they don't need them.
Well, I guess. Well, I mean, but that's a vast area, though. I mean, you can only ride a bike so far.
So they got transportation. They got room and board. Then they got food. You see what I'm saying? Like, and then you got people. You got blacks over here that, they struggling. They on the street. They on all whatever, and they just skip right over them. It's just messed up.
Yeah, it's called Sanctuary City. Who was supposed to be a sanctuary for? I don't know. But Well,
and
I do know.
Eric, the mayor, he said that New York is filled up, like they can't take no more.
Yeah, that's what this article talking about. But Biden don't care. Biden gonna fill y'all up to the brim,
Open up the
and
borders.
overload y'all with Jose and Julio and Esmeralda, and y'all gonna be happy. You know what I'm saying?
And you know that he opened up. He asked people if you want to take them in. I guess he'll start paying people to take them in.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So they going all out, man.
Wow. So it's like the foster care system.
Yeah. Pretty
much.
much.
The state of New York will pay you to foster this Mexican family into your home.
Yeah, and they also said like they're gonna suspend squatters' rights and all, something to that effect. So they're not gonna be. Oh, I've been here for a year now. You can't kick me out.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, that shit in Georgia. Yeah, man, that squatter shit. Yeah.
Well, you take in a immigrant family if you want to. You wake up next morning, you'll have a 68 Chevelle in your living room getting tuned up, and the tortillas on the hot plate. At least you'll get something to eat.
Yeah.
I like Mexican food.
Now, and who knows? You might let one in. He did. Oh, I decided to bring some more of my people.
Yeah. They'll double up on you the next day.
Hell yeah.
And I heard that they can't even be arrested.
Well, what would they be arrested for? They're not under the rights of the United States.
Yeah.
Essentially they in limbo because they're currently seeking asylum, but it ain't full yet, so they in limbo.
Hey, you ever
so what rights can they have to be protected, or what rights can they violate under what rule of law?
Yeah.
What you was about to say, Gideon, before I get back to the article?
I don't know, some type of who knows what governs their state of being. I don't know, like Geneva Convention or something. I don't know.
Geneva Convention.
I don't know.
Man. Yeah, it's something gonna have to be worked out, man. But let me get back to this article. A White House spokesperson noted that New York senators, and the city's House Democrats met last week with Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas in Washington, D.C. Mayorkas said that he would appoint a liaison to the city to coordinate on migrants, according to attendees of the closed-door huddle. Let's see. All right, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. Okay.
All right, so again, we got a crisis going on in a lot of these Democratic elected cities. And I'm glad as hell that this is not happening in Atlanta. Even though I don't live in Atlanta, I got plenty of family and friends that do, and that could be affected by something like this. And I would be pissed off. You know what I'm saying? I would be pissed off. So keep that in your back pocket. Just another occurrence of what we've been talking about for the last several months, dealing with these sanctuary cities and the after effects. You got the people that before this all happened Eric Adams was in full support of sanctuary city, full support.
Yep.
And now look at him. He cop and plead.
Yep.
Please send me $105 million. You know what I'm saying? Please stop sending migrants over here. We ain't got no room. You know? Hell, what's next? They gonna have them on boats along the Hudson. You know what I'm saying? Like, where you gonna put them at? This is New York City we talking about.
Yeah.
Hell, it's already a Roach Motel already.
Yeah.
Living on top of each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, this is crazy. You about to say something, Mape?
And I don't know. That I be seeing them in the train. And I'm not trying to make fun of them, but I'm just saying, they be on the train selling stuff like chocolate, and they'll be walking with their baby, and it'd be like a Mexican woman and their baby chocolate, and they just selling chocolate.
Right. Now let's all go back to 2000. Hell, I don't know. Let's go to 2018. When the migrant crisis was happening, Trump and Trump put the act in where instead of allowing these people to go free in limbo until their court date of their asylum seeking status, he was putting them in facilities. Now, people saying that they was jails and they had kids locked up in cages. I don't know about all of that, but what I'm saying is at least they was in one spot, and they were limited to how many people that could be there, to where it got to a point where if you got caught at that border, you was getting turned around 180 degrees and swiftly kicked in your ass. But that was a no-go from a Democratic aspect. And now we got open borders, and now we got a crisis. And not only New York City, but Chicago and other democratically ran cities. So just keep that in mind. So let's go on to this next article. Let me see where I want to go next with you, Black Sean.
Okay, tempo.
All right, let's get to this one, man. Let's go to the UFOs. It should be right under that article.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Hold on. Bam, there we go. There we go. Yep. Yo, you can see it? Hold on. All right, let me scroll down. Okay, yeah, I gotta scroll down. Very good.
All right, yeah, I got you. All right. So yeah, this from AP News. The UFO. Actually, give me a quick sec. Okay, be right back. Be right back. Hold it down.
All right. Shout out to Lex Vortex who did a show on this today. See the Wazungus. Yeah, bro. He had a goddamn about to have a fit over some goddamn UFOs, bro. I tell you, bro. Damn.
Oh, man. Yeah, man. I don't. Sometimes you don't even know what to make of all of this stuff. I mean, I know it's easy to have some type of comedic type of monologue type things to these stuff, you know.
Right.
But who knows what the heck to make of this stuff, man.
Man, you got black people. They take these UFO stories serious, man. I'm just like, man, we got so much shit going on, man. Y'all, to me, this is just my opinion, Apex. It's just like the Colosseums in Rome when Rome was burning.
Yeah.
When America's burning. Hey, ain't nothing to see here. Oh, by the way, there's UFOs. That's the biggest damn distraction. And it's working. I ain't seen so many grown folks get distracted by UFOs in my goddamn life, man. I'm like, come on now, bro. Really?
I mean, I'll put it like this, though, man. I mean, now, it could be a distraction, or it could be, they declassifying of files and all of that stuff and everything. It could also, who knows? It could be true. Like, what if they were covering this stuff up? And I don't believe in UFOs. I believe in demons and fallen angels, like the Bible says. And I think that there is a kingdom of darkness out here, and of course they're gonna lie to you and say, oh, they're UFOs from another planet, thus making the Bible obsolete. So it's just another ploy to make people not believe, That's how I see it.
Give me one more second, y'all. This dude trying to get me to move, but I ain't budging. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Okay, Tenfo. Oh shit! I know what you're going through, but yeah, I mean, shit. They're having like, I know it is probably don't like me and MD, man. We've been reading about like coup d'etats going on in Africa. Like, man, they done had like 20 coups and shit. And it's just, in Africa, yeah. They about to have a goddamn, the country of Chad threatened to go to war with Niger. And Niger was like, because Niger just had a coup d'etat.
Yeah.
And the president of Chad said, put the old president back, and we gonna give y'all damn 7 days. It wasn't even 24 hours. They responded today. Not only y'all not gonna goddamn come into our country, but into Nigeria, but goddamn Mali got her back, and goddamn Bikini Faso got they back. And Faso got the backing of damn Wagner and goddamn Putin. And you know who got Putin back? Xi Jinping. So it's gonna be on and popping, bro.
Oh wow, yeah. Hey man, these are all prophecies, man. Jesus said it. He says, in the last days it'll be wars and rumors of wars and nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, stuff like that, man. This is all prophetic to me, man. Like
Gog and Magog, Russia and China,
all of that, man. Oh, don't get me started, man. Gog and Magog, Russia coming down to Israel. This stuff is unfolding, man. And I think Putin, man, he got rid of the military industrial complex out of his nation, yo. And they didn't like that he was cool with Trump, Right. And if you get rid of the military industrial complex, how bad can you really be? I'm not trying to say he's a saint. I know, when you're a man of power, there's things you got to do that is unsavory, man.
Well, that's why Eisenhower said, man, he was afraid of the military complex because, like, let me give you an example. So you are aware that Ukraine is losing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm about to say Trump, Putin, Russia is winning. Biden got on the thing to TV talking about, Putin any day now, you're losing, give up the war. And it's like, but then the Pentagon contradicted what Biden said, we're looking to turn the tide. When somebody say turn the tide, what does that mean?
Yeah. That means that they, that Ukraine is
they're getting
on the ropes. It's on the ropes like Spence.
Right. Well, I'm gonna tell you like this, because people, I got people from both sides. They're like, Black Sun, wait, Russia's winning. So you heard of Bakhmut, right?
No.
Okay, so Bakhmut. Okay, so the only city that was taken was Bakhmut. Guess who took Bakhmut?
Russia.
Russia took Bakhmut. So if you have a military that's gaining ground, doesn't that mean that they're winning?
Yeah.
Okay, I
All right, I'm back, y'all. I'm back.
Okay, cool deal.
All right, so let's get into this article. From AP, the UFO congressional hearing was insulting to U.S. employees, a top Pentagon official said. Let's get into it. Washington. A top Pentagon official has attacked. Oh, damn. A top Pentagon official has attacked this week's widely watched congressional hearing on UFOs, calling the claims insulting to employees who are investigating sightings and accusing a key witness of not cooperating with the official U.S. government investigation. Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick's letter, published on his personal LinkedIn page and circulated Friday across social media, criticizes much of the testimony from a retired Air Force intelligence officer that the energized believers in extraterrestrial life and produced headlines around the world. Damn, I can't see that, whatever that thing is in the.
Oh, my bad. Hold on. Oh shit, what the fuck? Oh.
Yeah, just scroll. Oh, damn.
Oh, damn. What the fuck? Hold on. Okay.
Yeah, just scroll.
Okay. Let me scroll. Hold on.
All right, retired Air Force Major David Grush testified Wednesday that the U.S. has concealed what he called a multi-decade program to collect and reverse engineer UAPs, or unidentified aerial phenomena, the official government term for UFOs. Part of what the U.S. has recovered, Bruce testified.
Now, wait a minute. Let me pause that. Yo, see how they changed that? Like the unidentified flying object to a phenomena.
I don't know what's the point of that. Like what? What's the point of having a government term? You know what I'm saying?
I could take a guess. I would guess that, I guess to say my view is I believe that it's some type of fallen angel or demon or some type of vehicle for fallen angel or whatever. And you call it a flying object. You wouldn't call something a flying object, but if it's an extra dimensional being, you could say it's a phenomenon.
Well, that's what this particular paragraph about to get into. It's a part of what the U.S. has recovered. Groups testify were non-human biologics, which he said he had not seen, but had learned about from people with direct knowledge of the program.
Wow. Ain't that something, yo?
Now that's what he said. Scroll, Black Son.
Okay. Oh, what just happened? Oh, fuck.
Ain't that something, man?
Yeah, you're gonna have to
Oh, this thing is screwy.
Because when you clicked on that thing, you jacked it up.
Damn.
Yeah, exit out of that.
Okay.
All right, now scroll.
Damn. Okay, hold on. Where?
No, scroll down.
All right.
All right, right there.
Tempo.
A career intelligence officer, Kirkpatrick, was named a year ago to lead the Pentagon's all-domain. Now check this out. Kirkpatrick was named a year ago to lead the Pentagon's all-domain anomaly resolution office, or AARO, basically the X-Files, which was intended to centralize investigations into UAP. The Pentagon and U.S. intelligence agency have been pushed by Congress in recent years to better investigate reports of devices flying at unusual speeds or trajectories as a national security concern. Kirkpatrick wrote the letter Thursday, and the Defense Department confirmed Friday that he posted it in a personal capacity. Kirkpatrick declined to comment on this letter Friday. He writes in part, "I cannot let yesterday's hearing pass without sharing how insulting it was to the officers of the Department of Defense and intelligence community who chose to join AARO. Many with not unreasonable anxieties about the career risks this would entail. They are truth seekers, as am I," Kirkpatrick said, "but you certainly would not get that impression from yesterday's hearing." In a separate statement, Pentagon spokeswoman Sue Goh denied other allegations made by groups before a House Oversight Subcommittee. The Pentagon has no information that any individual has been harmed or killed as a result of providing information about UFO objects, Goh said. Nor has the Pentagon discovered any verifiable information to substantiate claims that any programs regarding the possession or reverse engineering of extraterrestrial materials have existed in the past or exist currently. Kirkpatrick wrote, AARO has yet to find any credible evidence to support the allegations of any reverse engineering program for non-human technology. He had briefed reporters in December that the Pentagon was investigating several hundreds of new reports following a push to have pilots and others come forward with any sightings. Kirkpatrick wrote in his letter that allegations of retaliation include physical assault and hints of murder are extraordinarily serious, which is why law enforcement is a critical member of the AARO team. Specifically to address and take swift action should anyone come forward with such claims. Yet, contrary to assertions made in the hearing, the central source of those allegations have refused to speak to AARO, Patrick said. He did not explicitly name groups who alleged he faced retaliation and declined to answer with Congressman asked him if anyone had been murdered to hide information about UFOs. Messages left at a phone number and email address for Grush will not return on Friday. I think that's it.
Okay, Tempo.
So yeah, man. Man. They coming with conspiracies of torture and murder. If you come out talking about UFO,
right?
Damn.
But yeah, I think that these people, I think they're going to spill the beans because I think they're going to want to spill the beans. I think that they want a certain type of chaos, but at the time that they want to release it for their agenda. So at a certain time, they're going to start dropping stuff to make people panic and make people feel uneasy, so that the government can say, "Hey, look, okay, come to Papa, and we'll protect you." And I think that it's going to be them demons. I think it's going to be them fallen angels. I shouldn't say demons because there's a difference in my opinion. Fallen angels are the ones that actually have bodies, and these things are extra dimensional. So it's like they're not, they're going to be a problem, you know.
So okay, so let's take this into consideration, right? We're talking about basically a team from the federal government being assigned to investigate these sightings or phenomena from the non-government society. Why is there not, especially in this age, we in 2023, right? We ain't in the days of Roswell and the beginnings of Area 51 where folks had grainy pictures of Bigfoot or the great man with the big eyes. You know what I'm saying? If this was the case, we wouldn't have to have a federal entity that would, because the people would be doing it. Am I not right?
Yeah, yeah.
So why are we not seeing these images, these reports from civilians?
Because I believe that these things are cooperating with the power structures, and I think they've been cooperating, but I think they're cooperating now more now than ever because I think they're starting to orchestrate and appearing. You know, I mean, even the Catholic Church is talking about stuff like, "Oh yeah, UFOs," and they've been alluding to things and stuff like that. You know, so I think that they got things in the works, man.
Well, I mean, the only way I can simplify it is, hey, Superman landed on the Kent farm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
He ain't land in Area 51.
No. Don't get it twisted. These extra dimensional beings are in cahoots. They have an agenda, and it's not going to be, hey, we want to see what's going on here. They're already going to have their, they're going to hit the ground with the wheels, they're going to hit the ground running. There ain't going to be no, okay, what's going on down here? They're going to know. It's not going to be no, it's an agenda. And these billionaires and these corporations and all of these things, they have an agenda together with these extra dimensional beings. This is just the kingdom of darkness, and they're about to start letting out the generals and the higher ups that we haven't seen before. So because these things are going to start to get unleashed, we don't know about them, but they've been knew about them. And now, as the Bible puts it, that as time goes on, the Holy Spirit is going to start to let these things happen because of the judgment of the world, how the world is becoming more and more wicked. And the more and more wicked we get, the more and more leeway these things are going to have to operate, which is prophesized,
Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it ain't pretty much anything else you can really say about that. I mean,
And let me say this is like, yo, look, things are gonna it's not gonna be the same old. Things are gonna start to get crazy, man. You think that it's just gonna continue to where everything is just gonna be logical? No, there's gonna come a time when it's gonna be like Dundar the Barbarian out here. It's gonna be like, okay, what the heck is this going on? I've never seen this before. And it's not gonna be the usual explainable thing, and people are not gonna be having takes on the usual stuff. It's gonna get unusual sooner or later, man.
So everybody gonna have a tinfoil hat on at some point.
Well, it ain't gonna be tinfoil hat once it gets out there too much. People will adapt, but it's not, at first it's gonna be crazy. They're gonna be like, oh my gosh, this guy's crazy. Look at him, he sounds crazy. But when it starts to get normalized, you'll be really surprised on what people will get used to.
Welcome to another edition of Thunderdome.
Hey, gonna be a Mad Max out here. Gonna be Dundar the Barbarian. Hey, look. A couple of years ago, if you would have told somebody about the smartphone and how you could touch a phone and how, it could do all of these things in the palm of your hand, they would have laughed you to scorn, man. They would have scorned you. They would have shamed you out of a building, man. But look at us.
Can't get enough of them. Can't get enough of them. Like we got a whole generation that's all they know is the smartphone.
That's all they know, yeah.
Yeah, but if you'd have went to 1980 or 1975 and say something like, "Oh yeah, there's gonna be smartphones and it's gonna be this and they're gonna have emails, they're gonna have computers, they're gonna have all of these things before the internet really hit," you would have thought that person was crazy.
Yeah, I agree with that part. But from
we all would have been making fun of them.
Yeah, we would have. But I think that's that from a broader sense, that's from a technological standpoint. But when we dealing with something that's I don't want to say phenomena, but I'll say it just for the context of what we're talking about. There's been few instances like in humanity is what I'm saying, where we've had phenomena based on how we looked at other people or other instances or other situations where it was an adverse effect. Matter of fact, when the Europeans got to this country, that the same effect. Dealing with the Native Americans or the quote unquote Native Americans, right?
Yeah.
Hell, when the Dutch went to South Africa, same occurrence. So we're talking about how can we amalgamate to just not only just some phenomena or different occurrences, but just different people. Period. So it's one thing to say, okay, it'll be commonplace. It's another thing to be like, oh, we'll just say, oh, there goes Gloop from the Planet X, he flying, you know what I'm saying? That's something.
Hey, it even happened in Marvel Universe. Like first,
right.
Them came after a while. People, they got used to the aliens and everything. And they just is like, oh man, like you said, there goes Gloop. I mean, yeah, the Guardians of the Galaxy is like, they're gonna have it to where they're gonna be walking around and you're like, oh my gosh, there go.
What that remind me of? You remember Alien Nation? You remember that show?
Yeah.
Alien Nation.
Yeah.
That's how we're gonna be living.
Yo, it's gonna be commonplace. It's gonna be like, oh, there goes such and such.
Alien Nation. That was a good show. He was a cop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I used to like how come on. Hey, like what?
Hey man.
Hey, Alien Nation, man. That's where we're gonna be living, man. So hey, You know.
Well, we have to cross that threshold, and we didn't get there yet. So right now we're gonna be, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be, people are gonna look at you as you wearing your tinfoil hat, and people will get laughed to scorn until the evidence starts to come out. And then when the reputable people start talking about it, and then now we'll see. But for now,
hey man, as long as they get down with this Constitution, bring them on, man. It's plenty of room for them.
Nah, I ain't gonna be that. They're gonna get rid of all of that. It's gonna be
the alienation. They was cool with being Americans.
Yeah,
they was like, man, I'm American.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Long as we get some aliens like that, I'm cool.
I ain't gonna be. We ain't gonna put it like this. There ain't gonna be no aliens. It's gonna get crazy, man. People, like I said, until anybody who talks about this, they're gonna be, oh my gosh, they're gonna be on the fringe. They're gonna be like, oh, this guy's a clown or whatever, But
what you say, Black Son?
Wait, hold up.
Rule. How the fuck you gonna overrule the Constitution?
Defense, keep the defendant silent.
Yeah, that's what the alien gonna say, man. How you gonna overrule the Constitution? I'm American.
Hey man, yeah.
Hey, long as we get them like that, man, I'm good, man. I'm good. Fight for the rights of every man and alien.
But ain't gonna be no aliens like they just walking around here and everything. It's not gonna be nothing like that. It's just gonna be. It's not gonna be like alienation, where they walking around like, hey, there goes Goob. It's not gonna be nothing like that.
So we ain't gonna have the cone heads, is what you're saying.
Nah, ain't gonna be no cone heads. Ain't gonna be, it's not be, like we're not gonna see Alf walking around. There goes Alf. They're gonna have wacky zany alien.
Well, no, you know, Alf had to stay in the house. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They was hiding Alf. Yeah. Alf had to stay in the house.
Alien with a sense of humor.
Wow. Well, I guess we can segue into another one, Black Side, man. Hold on, let me see what else we're going.
And I've been watching some crazy stuff, man. There's a guy called David Straight, and he's like an ex-CIA type guy. And you'll be surprised some of the stuff he's been talking about, man.
Right. I think I heard of him.
And he said the Predator. He said there was a thing that happened over Antarctica where the 3 countries sent people to go over there, and they got wiped out. They got wiped out by invisible things. And he said that's where they got the concept of Predator, where extra thing was mopped over. It was the United States, Germany, and England sent troops, and they got smashed. Now people will be like, oh, whatever. He's a CIA. He's a kook. But hey, man, I think it's gonna come a time when things are gonna get crazy.
Right. Well, all right, man. Let's get into the main event, man. You actually had the article I wanted to have.
Yeah, I got it. Hold on, there it is, right there.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into this main event, man. We're gonna talk about this Florida curriculum, and we're gonna try to dig deep into this. So yeah, this from Education Week. Florida's new African American history standards. What's behind the backlash? And you probably gonna have to keep that red bar up because I think it wants you to subscribe. So, but yeah, don't worry about it. I can still read it.
Okay, tempo. Okay, as long as you can see it. Okay. All right, let me scroll down.
All right, cool.
Script. Never mind. Okay, there we go. Let me pull up just a little bit more so we can get you big letters. Okay, there we go. Oh shit, hold on. There we go.
All right, so the Florida State Board of Education approved new African American history standards for grades K through 12 that are drawing national criticism for the framing of certain topics, including descriptions of slavery and the exclusion of others. One of the most widely criticized standards requires teachers to teach middle school students that under enslavement, some African Americans gained skills that later benefited them. Now let's stop right here.
Okay.
True or false, Black Son, or Apex or whoever. True or false? Did we not garner certain skills or certain vocational traits from slavery? Yes or no? Or true or false? Damn, I got dead silent. Well, I'll take that. I'll take the dead silence. I'll take the dead silence, man. Y'all scared. I get it. Y'all scared. I get it.
It depends on who's teaching it, because I got two different versions. You know what I'm saying? African American history class, they say that we actually already had the skills of like planting crops and all that. We brought the seeds through our hair. We smuggled. No.
Well, from that, but that's only one aspect. What about
right? So there's so many aspects, right? There's so many. So it's like when you got to be specific, because we actually taught them agriculture, and so did the Native Americans. So you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I was going. That would have been my answer.
Okay, got you.
But I wouldn't knock the fact that we learned leather tanning. We learned skinning. Well, I ain't gonna say skinning because we already had that too in Africa. But leather tanning, certain blacksmithing, and other stuff like that we use later on for our own individual benefit. You know what I'm saying? Booker T. Washington said it himself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Do I think that's a part of the bad part about this curriculum? No, I don't. But we'll get into it. I just want, because people are using that as the main focal point of why this is bad.
Got you.
All right. So with the new standards approved earlier this month are meant to be in place for the coming school year, according to the spokesperson for the State Department of Education. Teachers have the option to attend a virtual training on August 7th, where the standards will be reviewed. Florida schools typically start by August 10th, according to the state's largest teachers union. Florida is focused on teaching true and accurate African American history, says Manny Diaz, Florida's Commissioner of Education, in a tweet defending the new standards. Damn. Researchers, educators, and political leaders say Florida may be a test case for how other states determine how to teach African American history at a time when at least 18 states, including Florida, have restrictions in place on how to teach about race. Keep that in mind in K through 12 schools.
Oh, sounds scary.
Well, as I No, as I always say, I don't believe that, especially in K through 12, there's any place to be talking about race to begin with. And that's just me. But go ahead.
I mean, that's a good question. Like, I don't know how to feel about that, but my first impression or instinct is, I say you tell it to them, but it is, when you think about it, it is an incendiary topic that will, you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So it's like, I don't know how to feel about that, man.
Well, you shouldn't feel no way about it when you're talking about school grade children. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a certain place for everything, right? Is that topic a certain place for kid that's in the 7th grade? No, I don't think so.
Well, but the flip side is, you don't tell, you teach them the history so they don't be doomed to repeat it type thing.
Well, you teach them the history at levels, and we gonna get into that. We gonna definitely get into that. You should definitely teach them about certain aspects of themselves via the race. I ain't saying I ain't got no issue with that. But you don't teach them a certain socio-political reality that, first of all, didn't have nothing to do with them. Second of all, they're not in a position to grasp or comprehend that aspect. That's my opinion.
Well, okay, I give you that, but also we also got to put on display human nature. I think that's an opportunity to show how flawed and corrupt we could become in situations, and I think that's something that should be said. Like, look, man, we could get really messed up. So it's.
I disagree with that. I can't rock with that.
Because people are gonna think that, oh man, everybody's good, and everybody wants to think that they're good people.
Well, that's how you got jacked up to begin with. The whole thing that you saying, Black Son, is based on a collective thought that gives a certain person an aspect of what they view a group as. You see what I'm saying? That's what you're trying to get away from. That's why you have to take race out of it. That's why I didn't agree with CRT being taught in grade school. You know what I'm saying? But in any event, let me finish with the article. I do believe this is not only about the state of Florida, there is a national agenda afoot, said Vice President Kamala Harris at a speech in Jacksonville, Florida, on July 21st in reaction to the new standards. Here's more information on how the new African American history standards came to be, how they compare to the state's pre-existing standards, the controversy around them, and what this means for teachers in Florida and elsewhere.
Now, let me say this. It's like, now, critical race theory, now that's a whole nother thing right there. Because
I'm glad you said that.
That has hatred appended to it, man. But it's hard to, like, the way they teach it. If you teach it with hatred, then yeah. But I got mixed feelings with that one, man.
Well, I'm glad. Like I said, I'm glad you said that. That tying into basically what I'm about to talk about tonight. But hold on, give me 1 second.
So what you're saying, Apex, you don't like it because it seemed like it got an agenda behind it.
Yeah, and it's like, they want to get the blacks angry. They've been wanting a race war. They've been wanting a race war out here. They want that, and that also is a biblical thing. But Jesus said, nation will rise against nation. It's not about country versus country. It's about nationality versus nationality. Right. And that's prophecy. So that's going to happen.
Black people in America don't have a nationality.
No, but we are.
Our nationality is American.
Well, nah. I mean, that's the country.
Jamaican's nationality is Jamaican.
Yeah. But that's the whole thing. Because we're in no man's land, that's a perfect opportunity to plant discord and anger in people so that they could be easily manipulated to hate the white man.
Well, now, so what would be the point of Republicans doing what they're doing now? Well, like I get what you're saying. But so by you saying that, you would then have to agree that Democrats want to show the harm and the effect from a psychological level, which CRT pretty much is, even though they're dealing with it from a sociological aspect.
Well,
so what's the point of Republicans fighting off it then? What, like,
Well, the Democrats want to use it to put the battery in our proverbial backs. You see what I'm saying? So that now they could use the blacks to get votes, and because our cause is so easily spread, and it's so easily, we have empathy, but the potential empathy in our cause, like, oh my gosh, the blacks, slavery, this and that, like our cause is like the most spreadable cause in modern times. So when a person says I'm black,
it's interchangeable with pretty much everybody. You know what I'm saying?
So it's like right now, I mean, you got white people that would be like, yeah, I'm black. They want to say I'm black too, because our cause is so, like, you know, the pretty much David and Goliath type thing. Like, we have that potential type of thing to where people would want to take our cause. So like, you go almost brag, hey, I'm black and I've been held back and blah 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 and this and that, and you know, I'm a victim.
Hey, that's a good point. That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
so basically, we the light bearers of victimhood, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but it has potential to be a trophy. Oh, you're privileged. I have to go through this. So it's almost like you can lord over somebody with it. So it can be weaponized very easily to the weak-minded, you know? And a lot of people got weak minds in this country. So they're going to easily be manipulated to think that, hey, man, I'm down. I'm the black man, and I can't believe this, and blah, blah, you know?
So I see shout out to Jeffrey Jenkins. He said, no, Dems want to divide us so they can control us.
That's true.
I can agree with that to a certain extent, but us tied to Americanism is different from me being tied to a specific claim as an American. You can't even fathom that. I'm assuming that you're a white person. So what I'm saying is, yes, I agree. We're all American, and I bask in my Americanism, but you in no possible way can understand what my Americanism is to me and my lineage. You can't understand that. So,
and now our cause is like how honey attracts a fly. Like other causes wanna hitch on our cause and use our cause to further their cause, like the LGBTQ.
Right.
You see how they because our cause
the
is
stepping stool.
It's so relatable, and being that we don't really weaponize it, like the white man is like, oh man, we can use their cause, and they're not gonna get too violent. They're not gonna come together. So, you know, other people could use the validity of our cause to help their cause.
Right.
Like now the LGBTQ, they'll turn up faster than we'll turn up. Because of the conditioning in this country has been conditioning our minds for so long. We are so divided. Some people will turn up in a so-called black community, but most won't.
Well, I think it's a different aspect to that, and I get it. But let's get back into this.
I'm sorry.
No, you good. It's what happened to Florida's African American History Standard. Since 1994, Florida state law has required instruction of African American history in public schools. Since then, scholars have drafted standards and instructional guides for K-12 teachers. In 2020, the state legislature passed the law, also requiring the Commissioner of Education's African American History Task Force to include instruction on the Coe Election Day Massacre in November 1920. Then, when a mob of white men killed an unknown number of African Americans attempted to vote in Ocoee, Florida, and ran others out of town, burning down houses. In 2022, hold on, scroll back up real quick to that first line, Black Son. Expand what to see. Okay, all right, never mind, my bad. In 2022, Governor Ron DeSantis signed House Bill 7 into law, which restricts how topics of race can be discussed in K-12 classrooms. The law requiring African American history instruction. Now, I keep in mind how many times y'all see race in this article. The law requiring African American history instruction was amended to include that classroom instruction and curriculum may not be used to indoctrinate or persuade students to a particular point of view inconsistent with the principles listed in HB 7. Keep that in mind. As a result, the Florida Department of Education this year created a work group to review the existing African American history standard and ensure alignment with enhancements of HB 7, House Bill 7, said Cassandra Peleus, a spokesperson. In January, DeSantis banned schools from offering the pilot. Now this is where CRT come in. Offering the pilot advanced placement African American studies course from a college board, basically AP studies that'll get you credits going into college, claiming it ran afoul of HB 7. On July 19th, the State Board of Education approved new K-12 social studies standards on African American history, which drew immediate backlash from the educators and political leaders. What's in the new standards that the state supports? The new standards expand on pre-existing ones, adding several more for the elementary and middle school grade. In the expansion, what students are asked to know and do shifted. Know and do. For example, the earlier version asked students to evaluate the contributions of African American individuals. The new standards now ask students to simply identify African American individuals. So they given this example in the old curriculum, it was talking about accomplishments. They were saying inventions, this, that, and the third. Now they're just saying all you got to do is identify who is that. Oh, that's Martin Luther King. Who is that? That's Benjamin Banneker or whoever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, see, that's wrong.
See and say is what you know. That's basically what they want.
You got to know about the accomplishments, the struggles, and
I agree. Now the struggle part again. You're that's when you get into race. But you don't have to be in the race and say, hey, look, this was Benjamin Banneker. He was the inventor of the first such and such. He was the inventor of the first what's the thing? Not the thesaurus. Almanac. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to put black into that for what? He invented the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
but for the sake of anti-wokeness, they just want to take all of it away.
But at the same time, do you want to potentially take away the dignity of young black kids? Like,
what dignity? You a child. You ain't got no dignity.
No, but it could grow into dignity. Like, oh man, George Washington, the same color as me, he did this or he did that. Well, what did people that look like you do? Oh, I don't know.
So take away from the American contribution to give to a particular group.
Well, it's not about taking away.
That's what you just said.
No, I said that you want to tell people whatever's true about their people. Now you don't want to take nothing away because then that means it's starting to get.
Okay. So when we say Benjamin Franklin, the first white person to invent a lightning rod, do we say that?
Well, I guess so. But then the controversy is other stuff. Isn't that?
Go and say it because I know you want to say it. Go say the reason why we don't say that. Say it. Go ahead, say it. I need my ear scratched. White supremacy.
Well, but you see, that's the whole point, because whenever something is up for some type of scrutiny, or whenever something is like this or that, and then which way you go, you take away from the other, that's incendiary. That's when it's like, oh man. Okay, so
I can't rock with that black sound. I can't.
If a black man made this, that means that this white guy that everybody says did that, he didn't do that.
I can't go for that. I can't go for that. Because like I said, at the end of the day, we're American, right? You're not gonna be able to get away from that. You can't get around it.
But you still cannot. If you took somebody's invention and tried to say, "Oh, I did it and not him," but that's a lie. You gotta pay for that, man. You can't just be lying out here just so you could.
But it's no lie being told. This was the person that invented such and such, A, B, and C.
Yeah.
Why does that have to be tied to the person's race when a white person invention, contributions, success stories don't have to be tied to their race? Why?
Well, it's no why. It's like right now, it's almost like when people say, "Oh, what color is Jesus?" See what I'm saying?
I can't go for
So it's like whatever it looks like, then you start to develop some type of dignity based on that. Like, oh man, a brother did that. You see what I'm saying?
Well, that's you basically feeding into what the Republicans been saying there. You've given them ammo.
No, but it's all I want to go with whatever
you giving the Constitution. You all the cannon fodder it need to smoke you.
I just want to go with what's true, man.
Well, it's all true.
Oh, so you're trying to say you want to take race out of it, and it's something that, but you see, this is really an empire, and you can't do what you're suggesting.
So it is racism, white supremacy.
No, and I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that you want it to be it's just American, but you can't do that.
Well, that's what it is.
You're right about that, but that's like saying, it's Roman. But then Paul says, I'm a Roman, but I'm an Israelite. Whenever you're
tomato.
Whenever you have an empire, empires take other nations and they join.
So this is the white empire. Just go ahead, hey, Pat. Just say what you want to say. This is the white empire.
Well, you would have to classify it as that, would you not?
Oh my God!
But when I say a white, I don't like to use colors. It's just
what the hell?
I don't like these colors. It's like it's nationalities. So right now, this is English. America is a melting pot. Whenever it's a melting pot, aka empire, then people that are in the empire, they're gonna gravitate toward their nationality. You can't. That's just human nature.
What's the biggest nationality in the United States right now?
What I would say, well, the English is the most prominent, but as far as population,
yeah, population.
Well, I don't know. But is it the English? I mean, it's more English.
It's the German.
The Germans?
Yeah.
Hey man, Hi Hitler. I don't know.
Oh shit!
I know. I'm playing.
Hey man, let me get back to this article, man. Let me get back to this article. The news. Where was I at, man? Damn. The new standards now ask students to simply identify African American individuals, and there are now gaps in terms of standards focusing on ancient African civilizations outside of the context of slavery.
Okay, hold on.
Did you comprehend that part? They want to put more. They want to put more emphasis on just African civilization. Period.
Yeah. So it sounds like there's a little bit of scrubbing going on.
Yeah. No, let me continue. State officials, both at the board meeting and and in subsequent statements, have fully endorsed the standards. We are proud of the rigorous process that the department took to develop these standards. They incorporate all components of African American history. No, they don't. The good, the bad, and the ugly, said Alex Lanfranconi, State Department of Education Director of Communication, in a statement. These standards will further cement Florida as a national leader in education as we continue to provide true and accurate instruction in African American history. Several civil rights and advocacy organizations signed a letter leading up to the state board vote on a new standards asking for more time to revisit the standard. While state officials decreed their critiques of the standards as a false narrative. What critics say generally about the new standard? Critics of the new standards express concerns over various choices, from a massive watering down in elementary grade standards to an incomplete curriculum for high school, said Andrew Spar, president of Florida Education Association, the state's largest teachers union, with just under 150,000 members, many of whom expressed concern. Spar also expressed concern that middle school standards don't make enough connections between the past and the present, and that Florida history, as it relates to Brown v. Board of Education of Topeka, is limited in instruction in high school since the new standards don't dive into Florida's efforts to keep segregation in place. A good point, but again, I can see now from a social studies standpoint, I can see where you can get into civil rights because that was a big part of social studies here in America, or civics. So that part I agree with. Patrick Coggins, the professor of education at Stetson University in DeLand, Florida, helped develop an interdisciplinary instructional guide for teaching African American history in the state in 2021. One of his concerns with the new standards, which he said don't reflect his instructional guide, was a limited coverage of ancient Africa. But that's not African American history, but okay. Topics such as system of government in Egypt. a good response, Black Son. Or how North Africans went to Spain and developed the first set of universities are not present. Are we still talking about African American study?
Yeah, you see that? There's a lot of Clorox going on.
Yeah,
even that state law. See that's this where you can get in your own way, and that's why we need to get back into what's constitutional, because you get in your own way, and being I'm gonna just say it, being a nigga at the end of the day, when you don't know your right from your left.
I'm glad you said it, bro.
You know what I'm saying? This is where you get in your own way, fighting low-level collective thought with what? Low-level collective thought. But let's continue.
Yes.
Even as state laws require instruction on the history of African peoples before the political scroll, Black Son.
Oh, sorry, okay.
Political conflicts that led to the development of slavery, Coggins said. There are, however, standards that ask students to identify Afro-Eurasian trade routes and methods prior to the development of the Atlantic slave trade, with the clarification of instruction includes how slavery was utilized, check this out, in Asian, European, and African cultures, and ask students to examine the condition of slavery as it existed in Africa, Asia, the Americas, and Europe prior to 1619. So this is basically letting you know, this is basically fighting the 1619 project, fighting traditional CRT. It's just fighting what Black folks do, period. Right. And this is what I mean when I say we get in our own way when we do shit. If we do it right in the first time, you wouldn't have to bring up some bigoted racist cracker throwing down the reverse card and Uno on you. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have to do that.
Exactly.
There are also missing facts in later history, Coggins said. While a high school standard does call for instruction on how World War II helped break down barriers of segregation and the Tuskegee Airmen, it does not specify references protests the Tuskegee Airmen led to the Freeman Field Mutiny for integration in the military, which later served as a foundation for the Brown Court decision. Like, come on, like, again, we're talking about K through 12. This ain't no damn bar exam to trying to be a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Why do a child in K through 12 need to go that deep? They don't. So that part I agree with. LeGarrette J. King, the founding director of the Center for K through 12 Black History and Racial Literacy Education at the Graduate School of Education at the University at Buffalo, would have liked to see more nuance.
Now, I will say this, a lot of kids, you have gifted kids, magnet programs where they have advanced studies. So, I mean, when you say K through 12, some kids, we're not all equal. Some kids learn faster than others. And so let me just say it. Some kids are smarter than other kids.
I agree, but still, from an aspect of, and you can't individualize certain core curriculum. You just can't do it.
You can't individualize it, but based on their scores, you can send them to more advanced classes.
But you see, this is what happens, man. When if you don't tell the truth, then who's going to be the determiner of what you want to teach and share, and what you don't? When you
I get that point.
Who's going to determine something else comes up? Like, oh no, we're not going to put that in. Okay, and you are who? Oh, I'm
well, they the government. You know what I'm saying?
So because we don't want you to get mad, we're going to omit this or that. Come on, man.
Well, to your point, Black Sean, this is what I would say about that. Yeah, you do have more gifted children than others, right?
That's a fact, yeah.
But you say, okay, more gifted classes. You're still dealing with a state-sponsored curriculum, even if it's a gifted class or not. What's the solution for that? Free choice in schools where certain scholarships are being put in place for these gifted children in privatized schooling. Privatized schooling don't go by what's going on this. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like hypothetically, Dr. Umar school ain't going off of the state curriculum. You know what I'm saying? It's privatized. We talk about public.
So
you got to keep that in consideration.
So to simplify, you want more education, you should pay for it, or you should
pretty much.
Some type of scholarship or something. Okay, I got you.
The core curriculum of the state should be all encompassing amongst all the children, from the dumbest to the smartest.
I don't know.
If it's state sponsored.
If it's state, I mean, we wonder why we so far behind China and these other countries, man, because they teach their kids earlier. They don't worry about, we shouldn't do. I mean, hell, they putting damn AK-47s in your hand when you're 12 years old. So I mean, but again, when you look at their education, they're learning nuclear physics. They're learning a whole bunch of shit. So I think we're too busy trying to shelter our kids and shit. I'm looking at this thing wrong because I've dealt with exchange students and shit. And let me tell you, they super smart. But they really,
I agree.
Super smart to reality, like what's going on in the world and shit. You know what I'm saying? So
even from that aspect, I went to school with foreign exchange students.
Okay.
They was learning the same shit I was. You know what I'm saying? Hell, it was probably a gravy train for them because they was downplaying their education at the end of the day. They was getting a free ride. What I'm telling you is, from a state, see that made me question your political reality, like a communist. Then, from an aspect of
why is
what we looking at core curriculum, huh?
Why is it?
Damn, it's breaking up on my. What happened? Is that me?
I don't know. I can hear you fine. I hear you now. Okay. What I'm asking is, why is it children that I've met from like Singapore, China, Japan, like a lot of them before they even get into high school, they done took nuclear physics and shit, and wondering why they got more doctors and shit and more goddamn scientists, and we still trying to learn our damn occupation and shit. He dropped off. Damn. It's all based on education, Apex. That's all I'm trying to say, man. I don't think, I don't know if I'm damn communicating that or not.
And, I mean, it breaks down to interest levels, man. If you can get your kids interested in anything, I think anybody can learn anything. But
no, I agree. I totally agree. I agree
but
with you.
if our culture is this destructive and other people's culture is not, they're going to learn because their culture is more conducive to learning, where their culture is not going to get in the way of them getting interested in other things, where our culture is like, if being a nerd is dumb, being a nerd is not cool.
Agreed.
So we got to battle these things now, starts to bleed over to culture and having culture dictate how to shackle our kids' minds.
Hey, yeah, I'm back now. Can you hear me now? I don't know what the hell just happened.
Yeah, we never stopped hearing you. I think it's probably we never stopped hearing you. You was coming through loud and clear.
I don't know. I like everybody was robot.
Oh,
Yeah. So what I'm saying is this. I'm not disagreeing with the fact that there should be more specialized curriculum. I'm not going to say there should be more specialized curriculum from a state level for any particular group of kids. I'm not going to do that, because if I was to say that, then I would have to then question my own individuality as an American citizen. I can't do it. It's too many other opportunities, huh?
So you mean to tell me you got a classroom full of kids? Let's say 30 kids. Out of 30 kids, you got 6 of them that's just blowing past everything. So you keep them dumbed down because the rest of them can't keep up?
No, there still is AP classes in core curriculum. So yeah, they still got specialized classes for them. But what I'm telling you is, it has to be on a level that's of a particular competence, despite if they smart as hell or not. Because when you're dealing with a state, you're dealing with equality. When you're dealing with equality, you're dealing with a set in stone core curriculum.
But the reality,
if you don't agree with that, then that means that you want specific group specifics for specific people, and you can make that claim for anything. They be smarter dumb.
I just want.
Come on, I thought you knew better than that, Black Son.
No, what I'm saying is that I'm trying to figure out how China, Japan, and all these other countries, Israel, got more doctors and dentists than we do. Like, we want to fucking be rappers and shit. We want to fucking be gang. We want to do stupid shit. We want to be.
Is that on the curriculum, or is that on the society? I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
Yeah. Okay. In order to goddamn get to that point, you got to learn certain types of math, certain types of chemistry, certain types of goddamn nuclear physics. You got to learn this shit in order to goddamn break through and start taking these courses to be a physicist or be a goddamn scientist and all that stuff. But no, we goddamn.
That's what AP courses are for. What does that got to do with race? AP courses still exist.
Well, because they want because most schools, they want you to take a certain amount of required classes before they can move you to the next level of learning. Basically, they want you to, okay, you want to take this class, okay, but we got to take this is required. They do that in elementary, they do that in high school, they do that in college. So you got to take these core classes before you can move on. If you got a specialty class, okay, this is what's required. So, yeah.
So what's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that is that somehow I'm trying to figure out why we're importing goddamn dentists and doctors from Canada and goddamn China and India when we could be educating our own. And I think our educational system is so fucking far behind these other countries, and we supposed to be the best country, but we're behind on education. Like, we got less doctors and shit. We got less lawyers and less judges somehow. Like,
well, what I'm telling you is, I agree that there are specialties coming from other countries. What I'm telling you also is that ain't got nothing to do with the core curriculum. But we could debate that. You know what I'm saying? We could debate that. I don't believe that's part of the core curriculum. Or the reasoning behind it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying it's other extremities that's reaching out as far as that goes. But hey, that's just me.
What I'm saying is somehow our damn educational system is like we're falling through the cracks when it comes to learning like nuclear physics, when it comes to learning like trigonometry, when it basically the whatever path you need to take in order to be a I don't know nuclear physicist or a goddamn I don't know nuclear engineer or some shit like that.
Because I want to get straight what you're saying.
Okay.
Do you believe nuclear physics should be part of core curriculum in grade school?
I think for the advanced students, you need to put them on that path as soon as possible. As soon as possible, because we're quick to goddamn put our children in football and basketball and singing classes and shit, bullshit like that. But we don't goddamn put them on a course if they're smart enough that they can pass it. Put them on that course immediately. That's what the goddamn Japanese are doing. That's what the damn Israelis are doing. That's what the goddamn Chinese are doing.
So let me ask you again: does nuclear physics need to be part of the core curriculum?
If you're smart enough, yes.
Then it wouldn't be core curriculum no more.
Well, I agree with MD right there, man. I think that certain things it should be nuclear physics. Yeah, I mean you shouldn't be teaching that in the core because
oh my God. What do you think they're teaching them in China right now, Apex?
Well, that's China.
I ain't in China.
Right, and that's why they're so fucking far ahead of us.
Well, I'm trying to figure out like where is you're communist?
Huh?
So you telling me that it's 8th grade? So you telling me 8th graders are in nuclear physics class?
Yes.
Do you honestly believe that?
No, it's a fact.
Give me the source.
Oh shit. I'll bring you the source. How about that? How about we debate this and I'll bring you all the goddamn sources.
Well,
China, Israel, and all these goddamn countries are way past us on education.
I agree they're way past us on education. I agree with that. Right, but it's not because of the core curriculum.
About elementary. They put them
it's not because of the core curriculum.
Oh my God.
No, well, their country, their culture, and everything, the culture gets out of the way of the country educating their kids. Where our culture.
You just hit it on the head, Apex. You hit it on the head.
Our culture
hit it on the head.
So because of that, our kids are dumb, and our country is not brave enough to tell the culture. But they see if you do something about the culture, oh, now you going against freedom of speech.
Well,
so this is
it goes back to the victimhood that you just said. That's what it ultimately go back to.
Because put like this, you remember back in the day when NWA was like, "Yo, we want to be able to say what we want to say because we like news reporters and all that stuff." And I mean, the country in a communist country, China would have came through and crushed up NWA. Nah, you ain't doing this. Get out of here. But
the facts still remain. We're talking about core curriculum. We got plenty of enrichment classes. We got plenty of AP classes. We got plenty of advancement classes that these gifted students go to. That's not the issue. What's the core curriculum? Black Son need to show me where nuclear physics is part of the core curriculum in China. That's all I'm saying. where quantum physics is the core curriculum.
They're laughing, but it's a reality.
You might be true, but I'm just saying in America.
I don't believe it to be true. I don't believe it to be true.
He may be right. He may be right. In America, it's laughing.
Okay, we'll debate that. How about that? I will show y'all, man.
See, this is where
just like they're doing every debate. Just show y'all the goddamn facts.
When we approach the outer boundaries of what we know or what we're used to. So it's like it sounds crazy if we don't know, but other people are like, "What you mean? You don't study your nuclear physics? What's wrong with y'all?" So, like I said, they may have different standards. Our standard may be low, and China's standard may be that much higher than ours.
I don't agree with the higher position of the standard. I do agree with the culture being acclimated to a certain advancement of the children. That's different. You see what I'm saying? That's different as hell. That ain't got nothing to do with the core curriculum, though.
That's what I'm trying to tell them. Right. But they that's what I'm trying to tell them. That's what I'm
see, but at the same time, MD, like you can't disagree with whatever the facts are.
No, I'm not disagreeing with no facts. What I'm saying is,
we have to get to the point.
What you said, I agree with.
We don't know until we find out.
What I'm saying is, what you said, Apex, I totally agree with. The culture, the acclimation of the children being put in these advanced studies is more advanced, way more advanced in the United States. The core curriculum aspect, I don't agree with it.
Yeah, it's right. You know what?
Core curriculum.
But you know, and also India too. India, they have a culture where.
So let me ask y'all a question.
They want to show off how smart they are.
You said 3 years.
That's not true. That's because of classes.
So are you guys aware that that Asian children at age 4 are learning concertos? Are y'all aware of that?
Well, yeah. There's a lot of There's a lot of music acclamation, but again, that's to the culture of that specific group. I'm not talking about when I say core curriculum. Do you understand what core curriculum means, Black Son?
Yeah, core curriculum is like the basics, like you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying, if you got advanced students, once they get past it, if you can test them, then you give them more advanced studies. So right, you got a core.
So that's not happening in the United States?
With Asian kids, it is right, exactly. That's where it's happening. Somehow the damn Asian kids are light years. Right. I've watched it too. Right.
Well, I'll put it like this: China has a law in their country right now where they won't allow any effeminate or girly man media in their country.
That goes back to culture, Apex. That's literally what I just said.
So they clear the way for their kids to excel at the highest level, where we want our kids at the we don't clear the way for our kids to go at the highest level in math.
In what ways? In what way? Tell me.
Our kids to be Beyonce and Jay-Z and
see, all of that stuff gets in the way of our kids' minds.
Thank you. Right, because the parents they the same mindset. They want to. Our parents want to be.
So we still talk about culture, right?
Like consumerism and stuff like that. Our kids,
so we still talk about culture, right?
Yeah, culture, consumerism. Like we were worried about getting.
But that's literally what I just said.
Nah, you're right.
So what we arguing about then?
No, but I'm trying to say that all of these are factors, and maybe we might be taking a big factor and painting it as a small factor.
What I'm arguing, MD, is that we need to advance our core curriculum. Our core curriculum is shit.
But to advance our core curriculum, a lot of other things we got to move out the way. Are we brave enough to do it?
I'm with it, Apex.
But if we do it, we may be infringing on people's freedom of speech.
Okay, but it's a time and a place for everything. Would you agree to that, Apex?
I agree.
And I've always been taught, now I must be an old school head, that when you go to school, it's school time. All that other shit is later for all that other shit.
No, but you see, this is what I'm trying to tell you. Because we have all of these crazy ass idol celebrity stars in our country, and they don't have that in their country, like it'll be like 3 to 5 times harder for us to do that. Because it ain't cool. And you know, kids are very influenced by
why don't they have that influence, Apex? Tell me.
Because we don't want to infringe on people's freedom of speech. Like, oh man, you know, if Beyonce want to say eat doodoo, who are we to stop her? But over there, they're not letting that go down.
But because when you're in school, it's school time. It's not.
Well, how about this? In this country, girls can show their whole ass walking down the school halls. Other countries
implement a dress code. Implement a dress code.
But then that's when you start to infringe on people's freedoms.
Bullshit. You go by the goddamn rights of that damn school, bro. That school has that dress code. You go by that dress code. Period.
All of these things stop. Everything bleeds over into other. And nothing is isolated like that. I mean, I in my hospital, if you go to the ER in my hospital, all you see is big asses with dimples all over the place. Big, huge asses, small waist. surgical asses, real. It doesn't matter. They're all there, and it's like, dang, how can they really? I mean, you know, you coming off the street, you stinking and smelling homeless. You feel ashamed, not because of you stink, but because this is a fashion show. It's like, yo, I thought this was a hospital.
Right. And I got you on that. But you got to blame that hospital or blame that school for not enforcing dress codes. Okay. And when I was coming
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, they got lax, but no, a lot of these institutions, Apex, have dress codes. They have dress codes.
China as a country, they won't let shit like that rock because they're not a free country.
And at one time, we were kind of strict on that. We had strict dress codes.
Yeah, we had morals, but now the morals are gone.
So we talk about conservatism there.
Oh yeah, see, all of that bleeds in. You can't just isolate everything because
I'm just asking the question.
I'm saying no, Apex. I'm not isolating. I'm saying go back to enforce the rules that are already there. These rules are already there. Dress codes have always been there. It's just they're not enforcing them. They're lax. They're not enforcing these dress codes.
They're more concerned about sexual liberation and
right
and express yourself.
I'm not disagreeing with that, but again, there's a time and a place for all of that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to express yourself, go to the damn club. But when you're in the school, it's school time. It's learning time.
Kids can't separate the two.
Why we can't? Shit, I grew up in that time where when you went to school.
Yeah. I think y'all going into a different realm. Like I wasn't trying to go. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, it's cool,
I'm just talking about the core curriculum.
No, you're right about that. You're right about that. And the core curriculum, the reason why we can't have that in our core curriculum because there's too much other stuff that's blocking that as a whole. So our kids are not going to grasp.
In what way? In what way, Apex? You gonna have to be specific. In what way is core curriculum being blocked? You gonna have to show me.
It's being blocked in the minds of our kids, where they're not going to be able to do that. And what's blocking it? What being Blackson was just talking about. But it's not the core curriculum. It's the culture in which we live in. Yeah,
that's an distraction to the core curriculum.
You don't want to go that route.
That answer I can accept.
Okay, yeah,
but I can't accept trashing the core curriculum. I can't do that.
No, you don't want to do that.
No, I'm not saying trash core curriculum. I'm saying we need to step up our core curriculum because.
But what I'm telling you is, Black Son, you're not going to be able to show me a more advanced core curriculum.
Well, I don't believe that you can. If you
I want you to put your money where your mouth is at.
Core curriculum. The whole point of stepping up the core curriculum is you want it to be successful. If you step up the core curriculum and it doesn't and it bombs, then what's the point of that?
No, Apex, I know what you're saying. What I'm saying is that you have people. I mean, and let me just talk about black kids. You have black kids that learn so fast they get bored. They get bored with the core curriculum because it's not stimulating. They're not being stimulated to learn. And you got people that will go through 3 grades learning goddamn multiplication. Okay, division. Okay, so when you get past what point do you get past that? Like what point do you boost? I mean, I've seen like curriculums that repeat the same goddamn thing, like but in a different way. Okay, we'll learn fractions. Okay, and it's like, yo, we got to like make distinctions between grade, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade. Because our curriculum, first grade, second grade, third grade, there's no distinction between the damn 3 because it's so stagnant. Our core curriculum is stagnant, is my argument.
Black Son, you got over half of black kids that's sliding back on core curriculum by itself. You talking about 40% of black kids that's reading 3 grades behind.
Okay.
Over damn near 60% of black kids not up to par on mathematics. And you trashing the core curriculum?
What I'm saying is somehow okay. So let's talk math, right? So you're saying that black kids are falling behind on basic arithmetic? Is that what you're saying?
Basic.
Really? Oh wow. Well then we got a problem. Okay, we got a problem.
So I'm not understanding your point on bashing the core curriculum. I'm agreeing with Apex saying that it's a more cultural thing than anything. And I agree with that.
And I'm not disagreeing with Apex. What I'm saying is that, okay, with our core curriculum, we're getting smoked. And I'm going to prove it, showing that China, Israel, and I'm going to just go with China. Oh, China, Israel, and Japan. Damn, these are the three countries that ban theocracies. Ain't that a coincidence? China,
But
Japan, and Israel. They
okay,
have
gotcha.
way more advanced basic core curriculum than we do. I have a friend, Hadar, Vital. They were way advanced. I have another friend, goddamn, from Vietnam. I had one from Cambodia. I had one from Japan, China. They were just advanced with their shit. And these motherfuckers are learning goddamn to be doctors and shit and goddamn nuclear physicists and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck?
And then here's
what I predict.
Here's another factor. Here's another factor. They got families together.
Well, I mean that's part of it too, but what I predict that you gonna show me, Black Son. This is what I predict.
You still got to go through a basic core curriculum, even though they have families. I'll give you that. But they still is
father, mother, family.
I'm not disagreeing with
family unit, you know.
But what I'm saying, what I predict you're gonna show me, Black Son. You're gonna show me these different countries having a better not core curriculum. You're gonna show me these countries having a better graduation rate. You're gonna show me these countries having a better benchmark rating. You're not gonna be able to show me that these countries got a better core curriculum. I don't believe that in any bit, in any slide of the map.
Okay, right. You don't believe, right? I'm gonna show, right? Because a lot of y'all be dealing with belief. I'm gonna show. Remember, I'm an atheist. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. Because I don't deal with belief either. I mean, y'all do deal with belief. I don't deal with belief. I deal with knowing and showing. So yeah, I got
you. I'm going by my faith. And my faith is saying you're not gonna be able to show me that.
Okay.
You're gonna show me advancement rate based off of benchmark.
I'm gonna show you I'm going to show you core curriculum. That's what I'm gonna show you. I know this. Right.
I hope so. Okay. I hope so.
And as far as that, real quick, as far as that faith and atheism comment, humans don't know everything, and because you don't know everything, it can't just be
no. What I'm telling you is I know because my friends from Israel, Hadar and Vital, these are people that I know. Okay,
well that's cool that you know them. I hope they got the written down standards of the curriculum.
I would show you. Okay,
that's what I want to see. I don't want to hear what Vidar said. I want to see it on paper.
I'm going to show you their core curriculum is what I'm going to show you.
That's what I want to see.
Israel, in fact, I'm going to just do 3 countries: Israel, China, Japan. I'm going to show their core curriculum and how they're smoking us with just the basic core curriculum. I'm going to show that.
Okay.
I mean, I believe that. I believe that they are. I believe that their core curriculum.
Don't believe it. I'm going to just show it. Don't believe it, Apex. I'm going to just show it.
Yeah. Don't believe nothing, Black Son. Don't. Hey, Apex, don't believe nothing.
I'm gonna show.
I believe that their floor is gonna be higher than our floor.
But the floor is not the curriculum.
No. I'm gonna show you
that the core curriculum is the floor, right?
No, not necessarily. When you say floor, this is what we're talking about, and this what we're getting on stumbling block. The core curriculum is going to show specific standards through a specific age group or grade, right? When you say the floor, it's saying, okay, the floor is the core in itself, whether it be 8th grade or whether it be 2nd grade, you're going to have to show me where the advancement of 2nd grade, whatever country, is on the same level playing field with something in 8th, 9th. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you're gonna be able to show me that. I don't think not from the core aspect. You're not gonna be able to show me that. No way. So I guess you got a homework assignment, Black Son. Huh?
I think was it Japan or China? Like their kids don't have summer breaks.
I don't care if they don't got summer breaks or not. You're not gonna be able to show me.
Nah, they don't have summer breaks. That means that they're like they're gonna be spending like almost damn near half the time in grade in 1 through 6 than our kids are.
Well, damn it, I need to see some sources. I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? I need to see some sources. So that's where we at with it. But I might as well throw this article in the trash. We done got to arguing, and you know what I'm saying.
That was a good show, man.
The conversation took on a life of its own.
Yeah, I mean it's 9 o'clock y'all time. It's 8 o'clock my time. I don't know if we might have to break this up into a part 2 because I want to get into the actual core curriculum of Florida. You know what I'm saying? Like we done spent so much time on this. Like I won 8, and we going on 2 hours already. So I guess we'll save it for another day. I'll get into William B. Allen, and also we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes, which is the core curriculum. And I wanted to prove a point within the core curriculum of how they subsidize African American studies to fight a low-level collective thought, but they essentially did CRT in Jewish history. I'm gonna show and prove that.
Actually, you know what? You're right. That deserves its own separate show because, like you said, you breaking that down when we had that discussion comparing the African American slavery to the Jewish Holocaust. Yeah, that we gonna have to really just break that down. So yeah, we do need a separate show for that. In fact, we probably just need a standalone for that. Actually, MD.
Well, I'll do it on the next one. I'll do it on the next one.
Okay.
Maybe I shouldn't have brought those other articles out, but it was important.
No, it's all good, man. No. I mean, this was all good. It's just like you said, it's just a time constraint. So again, that what you want to do, I think it needs a standalone. That's just my 2 cents. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Based on our conversation we had about, the Jew, I don't want to spoil the beans, but I think it deserves a standalone show. Because, like I said, doing the articles and doing this, we're going, you're going to take up some time. Which I don't mind. I love it. It was a fire show. Shit.
Yeah, we're going, So, whenever I get a chance on the next one,
okay,
I'm going to go into some of these standards in the curriculum and show how they pretty much tried to take race out of African American studies, but didn't do none of that when it comes to and if you consider Jewish ancestry to be a race, that's questionable, that's debatable. But I'm showing you the outright hypocrisy comparing the 2 curriculums. That's all I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And essentially they did CRT with Jewish history. It's right there for everybody to see.
Right, it's plain as day. Right, and I know in that's why we got to have a standalone show because what was the legal term for us to pay the Jewish Holocaust victims reparations that happened in a whole nother country with Adolf Hitler? Like, how did that happen? But so I want to know that too. Like, how did we end up paying for that?
Well, we ended up paying for it because we ended up consolidating all the efforts of the Allied powers into Israel, and we were part of that. So that's how we ended up paying for it. You know what I'm saying? It was a consolidated effort.
Good answer. So then what was the legal term that we used? Jewish to pay them?
Yeah, Jews.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I'm just taking notes for the next show. So when it comes down to it, we can show the hypocrisy.
Right. And like I said, and just to say, do I consider Jews to be a race? No, I don't. But the consensus says it. You know what I'm saying? The consensus outright says it. At the very least, ethnic group. You know what I'm saying? Which they are to a certain extent. They are.
So Jewish So Jewish is not a race.
I wouldn't consider them to be a race, but the consensus probably would.
It's a nationality.
It's a nationality. Well, now it is, because we set it up to be.
Yeah.
Well, no,
you know what I'm saying?
I always called the them a nation.
Well,
I have a different outlook. I don't believe in races anyway. So I mean, that's just me though.
But we talk about nationality from a legal standpoint, though, Apex.
Oh, okay, and
yeah, and we all know who set that up. The Allied forces did.
So when Barbara Streisand says she's a Jew, or like what's her name that got canceled? What's her damn name? Roseanne Barr. What are they saying when they say, "Well, I'm a Jew"? What are they saying?
They're saying that they're from that nation. And
okay, so they're saying that
right now, when you say you're a race, well, then what? Like right now, when they say when
they say I'm a Jewish-born American, what are they saying?
That their family is from Israel.
Gotcha. Okay.
But a lot. No, I got to get pushback on that.
It's all about location on the earth.
So, no, I got to get pushback on that. A lot of Jews ain't never set foot all the way back through history in Israel. So you can't tie it to the nationality part, because a lot of Jews to this day that live in America didn't have anything to do with the annexation of that land in Israel. So we talking about from a legal aspect now.
Like me, like you can say I'm Jamaican, but
what about the Jews? What about the Jews in Russia that never saw Israel? Never.
If their bloodline is from their origin of their bloodline is from that part of the land which they use
according to a book.
Hold on. Wait. Stop.
They can trace your DNA
before Israel, correct?
Yeah, but they can also trace your DNA to a location on Earth.
What did you say, Black Son? I didn't hear what you said.
I said my question is: Jews existed before Israel was established, right?
Yeah. What before the state of Israel existed? Riz.
Okay.
I.e. the Jews in Russia.
Well, before they had a king, they were, before they had a king, they were in Egypt and everything. They didn't have a king at that time, so they didn't have a kingdom.
But they were still Jews, though.
But they were a nation, yeah.
See, this is confusing, man. I'm
like you could be a group of people without a kingdom, then you be nomads.
So then we're talking about a race of people, then, and that would contradict.
It's not a race. It's a nation of people.
See, here's why I can't call it a race. I can convert to Judaism right now and be considered a Jew.
Right.
Well,
is my nationality Israel?
Well, nah. You see, that's the whole point. Because right now there's a Jew. You could be a Jew, by religion. Remember, but back then they had no separation of church and state.
So I'm about to get controversial. So when ISUPK be on a street corner saying those are fake Jews, what are they talking about?
I don't know. I message them guys. First off, like right now, you're not supposed to be trying to weaponize your nation versus another nation. Now,
I was just using ISUPK as an example, but I've heard plenty of black people say that we're the real Jews, they're the fake Jews.
Well, black people have been so disenfranchised, they'll take anything, man.
Okay. Like I said, I'm just asking questions.
No, that's fine. Come on.
Okay. Yeah.
And but me personally, I go by the Bible, and the Bible.
Right, they go by the Bible too. They'll say, man, based on the Bible, there was a fake Jews.
Put it like this: the kingdom of darkness attacks the Bible more than any other thing on the planet right now. So right now, your interpretation is going to be really, challenged by the kingdom of darkness. Most of Satan's forces is against the interpretations of this book, and a lot of people. They would take something.
What I'm trying to understand, Apex, is what's a fake Jew? What's a real? Because MD just said he can convert over and be considered a Jew. So
and in state, like you could convert and you could move over there. That's what Amari Stoudemire did.
Then how would there be fake Jews then? What the hell?
Well, like right now, they were saying that these people are not from that area at all. Like their lineage.
If you accept it in your heart, then you're a Jew, right?
Well, that depends. Like,
I'm gonna be a Christian. I accept Jesus. Isn't it just
Yeah, you're right. Like now,
okay, so
you could become a proselyte and a Jew, even in the Bible, like and it was a process.
So then, why we keep tying these people to a certain area? Why we keep saying,
Well,
"Oh,
put it like this: right now, if I become a Jew and then I start to fight the people that are from that land, and then we have an issue. Like, oh, I'm a Jew and you're not. Like, wait a minute, we let you in, so now you coming out. So why did you come in? Because
ain't that what the Palestinians doing? So what nationality are they?
Nah, a whole bunch of people.
I don't mean to laugh. Yeah.
Hey, a whole bunch of people doing that. They doing that. I mean, they're doing that in pretty much all religions are doing that. You got the Sunni and everybody's doing that because everybody's saying that my interpretation on my citizenship is the real one and yours is not. They doing that everywhere on the globe.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Right now, they're like, oh my gosh, I'm FBA, and you're from Africa. My family, I'm a fifth generation Black American, and you just came over.
Right.
All of that is all prophesied. Jesus said, "Nation will fight against nation, kingdom against kingdom. The people in your family, the people in your household will be your biggest enemies. Everybody's fighting everybody, and any wrinkle they can get, they're gonna use it to weaponize it against you, or anything that goes against their agenda. It's everywhere."
Okay. Well,
so they got all type of fights. They got all type of wrinkles, man. Any type of thing. Like I said, the foundational Black American, because they got the reparations and everything going on in California. I mean, it's on the docket, and like it's on the docket. Right.
So is that a bad thing?
Hold on, real quick, I got to school you real quick. Atheist means anti-God of the state. You know that, right? So I'm anti.
Okay. I didn't know that. I mean, okay.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah. When I'm saying I'm anti-God of the state, meaning any God of the state, that's a theocracy. I'm against any theocracy. A lot of people don't know that.
Okay.
You learn something tonight.
Now, I mean, I believe that the best countries that the best country or empire or whatever you want to call it is when you put God in the center of it, and that's what Israel did when they combined.
It's funny you say that, Apex, because Israel, China, and Japan outlawed theocracies. That's
fine because they're supposed to be like that. There are prophecies saying that it's supposed to be like how it is now. So that doesn't how it's going right now. It doesn't surprise me. It's been like it's been written thousands of years ago that it's going to be like this right now.
Okay.
Thousands of years ago, it was written that all of this stuff is going to be going down. Even in Israel, they call it Sodom in the Bible. What's going on? They be celebrating gay parade. They got gay parades over there, crazy in Israel.
They actually have the largest gay parade in Tel Aviv.
Yeah. Like everything is mayhem right now because it's supposed to be, because it was prophesied. This is gonna be the most wickedest time. The end day, the last days are going to be the wickedest time this planet has ever seen.
Yeah, Apex, I don't agree with that. I think Israel is the most protected nation on the planet. They're the most protected. Like,
what do you mean protected? Like, what, military wise?
Military wise, yeah, hell yeah.
I wasn't saying nothing about the military. I'm talking about their morality.
Oh well, I mean, I guess
their morality. Israel is crazy right now, man.
I mean,
well, Netanyahu trying to stop that because he want to bring theocracy back.
Yes, he do.
So, look at what they're doing. I mean, you got Palestine and everything. Like, they got all of these things. They're like, oh, you get out of here, get out the land. Look, everybody's bugging, man. People can just do anything right now, and then not only that, I mean, they're making it fashionable to be degenerate. They're making it fashionable to be debaucherous, man.
You still didn't answer that question, Apex. So, what nationality are the Palestinians?
Dag. I mean, I don't have enough. Like, I don't really look into that per se. Huh?
They're the same people that are in the Bible. They're Arabs, just like the people in the Bible are Arabs.
Well, the Palestinians ain't Arabs. The Palestinians will be considered
Persian.
Persian.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
but prior to 1945, they was in Jerusalem.
Okay, I gotta ask Apex a biblical question real quick.
Go ahead.
Where's Mizraim located?
I don't know. I'm not.
You said Mizraim?
Mizraim?
Yeah, that's Egypt.
No, it's not.
It ain't.
Nope.
What is it, Black Star?
Saudi Arabia. Mic drop. Saudi Arabia. Do the research. A lot of people assume it's Israel. It's not Egypt. It's Saudi Arabia. Mizraim is in Saudi Arabia.
Can you provide more context on that? Because I always now, according to what all the Hebrews say, that it's the verse that say Mizraim, and they talk about Egypt.
Right. They're not talking.
So how are you getting Saudi Arabia out?
Because Saudi Arabia is the first nation to domesticate camels. In Egypt, there were no domesticated camels until 1000 BCE, so they couldn't have been Egypt. It was Mizraim. It was in Saudi Arabia. And they were trading camels and all that shit in Saudi Arabia. They didn't call it Arabia back then, but it was Mizraim. It was not Egypt.
But wait a minute. If Saudi Arabia is far from Israel.
No. We're talking about Egypt. We're talking about Moses. We're talking about Moses right now. And we're saying that, okay, when Abraham, remember when the guy wanted his wife and he, he got the damn herpes and shit from her. And so, he pimped out his wife. And so basically he gave Abraham some damn camels, remember? Some trained, domesticated camels. Correct?
Well, you talking about when he was traveling with his wife and he was going by Egypt and he said that his wife was his sister?
Yes.
And then because he was scared that the Pharaoh was going to take his
what was the reward? It was camels, right? Trained camels, domesticated camels.
I have to look into that.
Okay, you can look into it. Look into it. Because there were no camels in Egypt before 1000 BCE. No domesticated camels. They were using horses. But Mizraim, which is now known as Arabia, was Saudi Arabia, had camels.
Well, okay, we'll look into that.
Wasn't Abraham from Arabia though?
Yes, thank you. Yes,
the Chaldees and all that.
Mesopotamia or something like that.
Right, and they were going in circles the whole time. They never made it to Egypt. All that shit.
But I know that. But Israel and Egypt, like for example, when Jesus fled to Egypt to escape no,
you went too far ahead. We talking about before Moses. I'm talking about old school Bible stories. And what I'm saying is that every time they mention camels, they're talking about Mizraim, which is Arabia. That's not Egypt. They didn't have camels in Egypt. People they run with that shit because they thought there were camels in Egypt. There are what they call it. When I forgot what they call that radioactive shit. They said that camels were not domesticated until 1000 BCE, until after the Persian invasion of Egypt. And most of
who domesticated them?
Huh?
Who domesticated them?
They were already domesticated by the Persians and the Arabs at that time. Mizraim, they were already domesticated before they even came into Egypt. So they didn't bring camels in MD until the Persian invasion of Egypt.
Well, from what I understand,
when
you talk about domesticated camels,
yes,
you didn't get that until like the Silk Road trade. So basically, what was happening was a lot of the Arabs that were going up into Egypt, that's how they became domesticated through the Silk Road trade, because they would trade. That was a trade route.
So what time period are we talking? Because I'm talking about.
This would have been first. This would have been first. Basically around 1000 BC.
Okay,
So I don't know. I don't know what century. I don't know what century you would call that. I think you would call that what, first century BC.
Yes, you're correct. So I'm talking about Moses. I'm talking about Abraham. I'm talking about way back before that. Because according to the Bible, Abraham, Moses, Isaac, they're the fathers of all the whole Israel nation, correct?
Okay.
Okay, but they had camels.
Yeah, I'm reading Genesis 12:16.
Yes, I'm glad
and he entered Abraham, and he entreated Abraham as well for her sake. And he had sheep and oxen and asses and men servants, maid servants, and she asses and camels.
Yes.
I mean,
Right. So if you do the carbon dating on camels, camels only go back 1000 BCE in Egypt. But they go further back in Arabia and then Persia and all that shit. But they did not enter, camels did not enter Egypt until the Persian invasion. That's way after Moses.
Well, I mean, you know, Persia is technically next door to Egypt. You know what I'm saying?
Because Egypt was a lot bigger.
Again, but the Egyptians did not allow foreign animals into, and again, there were no camels that were domesticated in Egypt. They had horses. So I hear what you're saying about the neighbors having camels. We're talking about two different cultures. The camels, the trained camels, ran all along the Arabia, whatever you want to call that, peninsula, whatever. But in Egypt, they had horses. They didn't have camels. The carbon dating proves that. That science proves that. But I know, Bible and science don't mix. I know this.
Oh, that's not true. Bible's more
true. Okay, so then you have to acknowledge, if that's true, then you have to acknowledge the carbon dating.
No, there's probably more factors to it than that. I mean, I'm not an expert in that field to where.
Well, I am, and I'm telling you that there were no camels before 1000 BCE. There were domesticated camels in Egypt. We assume that there were camels in Egypt because.
And who told you that there's no camel? I mean, I'm not. And even if it was,
where did I get the carbon dating? You can actually pull it up. The carbon dating for the camels.
No, I'm talking about.
So I will say this real quick.
Okay.
Just playing devil's advocate. If you go back to the Persians and the Medes, the Persian captivity, right?
Yes.
Technically speaking, that's when your Egyptians and your Jews would have first encountered camel.
Whoa.
If you saying that the Persians had camels.
Yeah, I'm saying the Persians had camels. They're the ones that brought the camels into Egypt, 1000 BCE. And
okay, keep in mind they're right next door. Because I mean, because your Persians are your modern day Syrians. You know what I'm saying?
You ever heard of the Charabraqua in Mexico? Because they're right next door too, but we don't see them in America.
I don't know nothing about that.
Okay, right, but they're in Mexico. But you don't know nothing about. But they're right.
What the hell is that?
It's like a mix between a dog and a jackal, and it's a funny looking dog. They call it the Charabraqua something, but we don't see them in America. But they're all over Mexico.
The chupacabra.
Chupacabra, yeah, the chupacabra. Yeah, it's a real animal.
I thought that was like a story.
No, it's a real animal. It's just a mixed breed. It's like a damn. It's just another species of a damn dog. Shit, it's like a damn. Yeah, that's all it is. It ain't no. It's a mixed breed dog that's not here, doesn't live here in the United States. But it's all.
Don't they say something about the elephants too? Like the elephants in the Bible. Don't they say something about that?
Oh, you got to ask Apex that. Apex, don't say something about the elephants in the Bible?
Hold on. I'm pretty sure it does.
Yes, no, I'm assuming no. I don't know, MD. I just know the carbon dating for camels only go back 1000 BC, and it's impossible for goddamn the Abraham, Isaac, and Ishmael to ever cross into Egypt. It's impossible with a camel. There are no carbon datings of camel, and that would have been an unusual sight to see these dudes coming there with a camel. What I'm saying is that they were in Mizraim. That was, people assume that was Egypt. No, that was Arabia. That was not Egypt. That whole story is all those are all Arabs. Those are not. I mean, I guess me and you can agree on that, MD. Those are black people. Those are Arabs, just like the North Africans. Those are damn. But that's a whole nother topic. But what I'm saying is that there were no camels in Egypt before 1000 BC.
Right.
Yeah. Even though they were next door, but the next door they were training them, domesticating them, but they didn't come over into Egypt. Remember, they still had borders back then too.
Right.
And they had livestock. They didn't allow in and export because of diseases and shit. So
yeah, because I remember somebody on another panel somewhere talking about elephants in the Bible, and
right
now I know for a fact elephants wasn't nowhere around.
No,
elephants wasn't nowhere around.
Well, they try to force fit it, man. I don't think so. I don't think elephants are in the Bible. I know there were no camels in Egypt before 1000 BC until after Persian invasion. So again, when Isaac was traveling, when he pimped out his wife and shit because he thought he was going to get killed, and the God told him give him your camels and shit. Man, they were in damn Arabia and shit. They weren't nowhere in Egypt. And one more thing I want to say. And pharaohs, that's the Arabian term. Pharaoh, that's not an Egyptian term. They call them king. They were kings and queens. They didn't call them pharaohs. Pharaohs were local chieftains in Mizraim, which is Arabia. Again, that's an Arabian term. That's Arabia.
Right. Okay. Yeah, man. So hey, Apex, when you gonna do your show, man?
What do you mean? With the like me going live, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta have something to say. I mean, I'm just waiting on I need inspiration if I'm gonna do, you know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
And if it happen, and I'll be overflowing with stuff. But if not, then I'm
Yeah, I feel you. No doubt.
But like I said, we gotta. I mean, I need to start making some videos and everything. But and I do have something to say. But I'm still. I gotta get into it, man. I gotta make an effort to get in to see if I have something to say, something come out, man. I haven't tried, so.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, in any event, man, we appreciate you coming over, man.
Man, yeah.
Oh no, anytime I'm free, I'll definitely stop by, man. Anytime I'm free.
Hey, Pix, we
no problem. I enjoy these conversations, man.
Hey, Pix, we want a show.
Hey, man. Right now,
yeah, we'll get you set up over here.
Me in my whole Christian thing, I think God is doing something with his children right now in the world, that he's getting them sick of worldliness in the world. In my honest opinion, I think that God is literally pulling his people out, man. Like how this world is ran is getting more and more disgusting to true born again believers, man.
Oh, you ain't talking about the rapture, you damn Apex.
No, rapture is I believe in a rapture, but it's gonna happen. Everybody's gonna see it. It's not gonna be no.
It done already happened.
No.
Oh, okay.
The Bible says there's one event that the Bible says it clearly says it, and you got a whole bunch of different factions and camps that pre-trib rapture people. They don't know what they're talking about.
Okay,
because the Bible says that the sun is gonna go black. And the moon's gonna turn to blood. That's the one-time event that's gonna happen.
Okay.
So everybody's gonna know. It's not gonna be a secret.
Wait, is that literal or figurative?
Nah, that's literal.
That's literal. Okay. All right.
That's gonna happen. When it happens, everybody's gonna know. The whole world's gonna know. Everybody's gonna look up. It says that the Bible says that the great men, the presidents, all of the people gonna look up and they're gonna see Jesus, and they're gonna jump on the mountains. They're gonna say, "Fall on us rocks and hide us from him who's sitting on the Lamb." It's gonna be a one-time event. Everybody's gonna know. Everybody's gonna know.
All right.
It's gonna be impossible for you not to know. It ain't gonna be no secret event like how these people be talking about, where people are gonna get snatched away in the night. People are gonna get snatched, and it's gonna be instantly, but they're gonna be looking at God in the sky, and everybody's gonna see, and all of that's gonna happen all together. And it's gonna be a lot of chaos going. Pretty much Jesus is gonna rescue.
Well, he said like a thief in the night, right?
Yeah, no, a thief in the night is mean that you don't know when it's gonna come. That's the context. Not that it's gonna happen, you're not gonna see it. He's saying
So,
that he's
so
gonna
the fall of Rome was in that event, is what you're saying.
huh?
The fall of Rome was in that event, which is what you're saying.
What do you mean? Like
The fall of Rome. That was, I mean, they prophesized all that, and then Rome happened. The fall of Rome happened.
no, but it didn't happen. It didn't happen instantly like that. Rome fell over. You know, it took its time. And actually, then you have the revised Roman Empire, which is you know,
The Holy Roman Empire.
the Holy Roman Empire, Catholic Church, all that stuff, and how they got their whole Babylonian things with the Catholic Church and all of that stuff,
Okay.
and you know, and the worship of
Man,
Mary.
I used to know that. What's the country that started the Holy Roman Empire?
Oh man,
Damn, was it? I think the Habsburgs had something to do with that. Damn,
I
was
thought it was the Medicis. The Medicis did that.
it wasn't in Italy. It was
Oh,
damn, was it Prussia? Now I gotta look it up. See, I gotta get it in my history bag now. Hold on.
yeah. You guys be in your history, man.
hey. You inspire us, Apex. You inspire us. We don't get biblical. We normally don't get biblical on here. Goddamn, you inspire me because I rarely talk biblical stuff. But
Oh no, it was Charlemagne. Charlemagne in France.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I knew that, man. I knew that. See, I got man. Look, that's Russ right there. I been knew that. Come on.
Yeah, Charlemagne. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I done saw a whole gang of videos back in the day talking about that. The Holy Roman Empire, Charlemagne, and how old. Yeah, man. I knew that. I was supposed to know that, but
I didn't know Charlemagne. Yeah, and I learned something. I didn't know Charlemagne started all that. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. They called it the Holy Roman Empire or the Second Roman Empire.
What? Oh, okay. So, okay. Yeah, I learned something tonight about Charlemagne. I didn't know that, man.
It was Charlemagne, and then I think I want to say the Prussians had it for a little while.
Yeah,
because the Habsburgs had the Habsburgs was in it,
and it has a lot to do with your boy Prince Charles, how he's the eighth, and
remember because they broke away from the Holy Roman Empire and started the Anglo-Saxon Church.
Right. Yep. Yeah, that was King Henry that started that. Yeah.
Yep. And then now, and the Bible talks about that Charles, because that's what man, that's what man's mean, the number of a man. Well, Charles and the word man is interchangeable.
See, that's what I mean by curriculum, man. We talking about English history, and I got people over in England that don't even know this shit. I'm just like, damn. Like, they don't even know about Charles, and oh God, Charles. Maybe I'm just talking to some lowlives in England, man. Maybe that's the case. I don't know.
But, the Habsburgs had it from 1400 to 1600. So the actual Holy Roman capital was in Prussia at one point. So yeah, it's a bunch of countries that done had it after Rome fell. Matter of fact, the Vatican is technically modern compared to the history of the Holy Roman Empire. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Charlemagne. Okay. So wait, how did it transfer from France to Italy? How did that happen? You know what?
Remember. Damn, I was just talking about this in my damn. Remember Rome fell,
Right.
Remember, Catholicism didn't start till after Constantinople.
Right.
So technically Constantine started Catholicism technically.
Okay.
Even though it turned into Orthodoxy at some point in time.
Right.
After Constantine, you had all the other emperors of the Eastern Roman Empire. Then that fell because Islam came on the scene.
Oh yeah.
Once Islam came on the scene, the Holy Roman Empire was pretty much done.
Yeah, it was struggling
for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Charlemagne brought the Holy Roman Empire back and set up a pope and all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For a minute, you didn't have a Roman Empire for a long ass time. You didn't.
It's almost like Star Wars. How you have Empire and then you have the First Order.
Right. So Charlemagne, he brought it back. See, I'm trying to, because, okay, wait. I'm trying to get my damn timeline in order because I know Charlemagne is after the Gauls, right? Because I know he was from the Gauls. The damn
man, you on your history, man.
Yeah, I mean, I love French history, man. I love French history. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said,
yeah. I mean, Charlemagne was all about expansion at one point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But after he saw hell, I could do a lot better just like indoctrinating everybody. So we brought the Holy Roman Empire back.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, you still had people that was in Orthodoxy at that time because of the Constantinians. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he just mended everything together at one point. Even though you still got Eastern Orthodoxy like today. You know what I'm saying? But they not linked to no physical being like Catholicism is. Like Catholicism is linked to the Pope. Eastern Orthodoxy ain't linked to no, even though they got like higher end people in the monasteries and stuff, but they're not linked to no religious authoritative figure like the Holy Roman Empire is.
Right. So
hey, look, there's a book and a video called The Antichrist and a Cup of Tea, and it goes into all of that, talking about Charlemagne and how it progressed and everything, and how there's parts in the Bible that breaks down all of that, where it talks about the kingdom, the dragon with 10 horns, and then you have the little horn, all of that stuff breaks that down to the bone, B.
But see, the only issue I have with that, Apex, is that the Bible always talks about, the breakdown of a kingdom and a new kingdom. That keeps happening over and over again. So, like, I mean, you could point to the Roman Empire.
But it goes into detail. Like I'm robbing it by just letting you know that, like, it's just that simple. Nah, it's a complex thing that I'm talking about. I don't even remember all of the detail. It talks about the dragon and with 10 horns, and then this horn went down and another one came. It gets real
metaphoric. Is on that. That sounds.
It's metaphorical, but the metaphor is 100% accurate.
Okay, but you say 100% accurate, but we talking about interpretation. So it's like
like when they talk about the 10 horns, it's talking about like the 10 domains or something to that effect.
Again, that's an interpretation, sir.
No, but when you look into how it actually went down,
no, that's an interpretation. What do you mean, no?
So basically, you want to make the 10 horns mean what you want it to mean. But
no. What I'm saying is what you're getting is King James interpretation of a book that he interpreted, and he fully didn't understand what he was interpreting.
It wasn't even nothing to do with King James.
It does because you don't understand it from an English point of view, right? King James is the one that authorized it in English. The interpretations, right?
For example, I read Daniel 7 right here. It says, "And the
Right.
10 horns
It's in English, right?
that were in his head, and the other which came up, and
Right.
before whom 3 fell, and
Right.
even of that horn that had eyes, and a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows." It's talking about like kings, and then it says, "The 10
Right.
horns out of the kingdom are the 10 kings that shall arise, and shall arise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings."
Right. So you just read English, right?
Okay.
Right. And so check this out. Watch this. You're reading King James interpretation from his scribes. So they had to interpret it over metaphor from a whole nother language into English. So a lot of stuff was lost in translation, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Nah.
You sure about
Right
that?
now, the
You
Bible.
sure about that?
Yeah, because you could go back to the original language, and this right now it's so the Bible is the most.
Oh, you're saying you're trusting that King James's scribes
No, you could go to the
interpretation.
original language, and it'll say the same thing in its language.
So you're saying that there's nothing lost in translation, converting it over into English is what you're telling me.
Nah.
Oh,
Nope.
okay. All right.
Yo, I'm first. Okay, hold on. Let me. I'll give you something that you can check out later,
Okay.
and it's very very detailed.
So are you familiar with the Egyptian Book of the Dead, Apex?
Oh, I heard about it.
You heard about it? Okay, because what about the Gilgamesh epics?
I heard about that too. Yeah.
The Noctok tablets?
Yeah.
Okay, because all these stories that you hear in the Bible, they have those same stories is what I'm trying to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
And so they when they hear these stories, they put their own spin on it, even when they have their own language. What I'm saying that these stories, like the Noah story, is nothing new. The flood story is nothing new. So especially this Revelation story, it's not where you think where it comes from. Is what I'm saying. I'm saying that many.
That's how you would see it.
Huh?
Like I said, you trust what you trust, and I trust what I trust.
No, it's not about trust. I'm saying if I heard this story before from another book.
No, I understand that, and then that other book is gonna say we wrote it first. And
no, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say they wrote it first. I'm just saying the Gilgamesh epics and the goddamn Egyptian Book of the Dead, they have similar stories.
I saw the Zeitgeist, and that was totally debunked.
I'm not talking about Zeitgeist. I'm just talking about actual books that are out there that have similar stories. They have a similar.
My bad, Charles. I'm just looking at this Pope list. It's interesting.
Quran, Torah, right. They all have similar stories. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
No, that's what I understand what you're saying.
Okay,
and I've heard all of those things you're talking about. The stories that from the Egyptian.
You believe.
The Egyptian Book of the Dead. I've heard scholars literally debunk that.
They're not. They don't have the flood story in the Dead Sea Scrolls. Is what you're telling me?
No, they have the flood story. Yeah.
So what are they? What are they debunking? I mean, all I'm saying is that there's similar stories. There's nothing to debunk. There's similar stories. So they have flood stories. They have stories of goddamn resurrections and shit. So what is there to debunk?
Nah, actually, but you see, because that's like Zeitgeist, they was trying to say that the whole Jesus story was done before, and then Christianity stole it from these other things. But then
I'm just saying they're similar. I didn't even say that. I hear what you're saying about Zeitgeist. Let's just put Zeitgeist. All I'm saying is that they're just, when you read these different books, and this is why a lot of Christians don't want you to read nothing but the Bible, because a lot of these stories are similar. The flood, the resurrection.
Well, put it like this. The reason why we say that is because everybody has to trust
Cause
something.
confusion. I know. It causes
You have to trust something because you wasn't there. We don't know everything. I don't know everything, right? So whatever
you don't have to trust
choose
anything. No, sir, you ain't gonna trust nothing.
No. You have to trust something.
No, you don't.
Did you figure out all the information?
What information?
No, all the information you got. Were you there when it happened?
No, I read it. I just read it.
Okay,
and
so
when I read other stories and it's something is similar, no. When something is similar, I go, oh, wait a minute, I heard this before. So it's not even a trust. I'm not trying to say this person copied this person and plagiarized this person. I'm just saying when I read this story, and because I'm an atheist, I can read any book I want, and I'll read another story. I'm like, damn, this story sounds familiar. That's all I'm saying.
Now you know I can read other books. I can read other books. I'm not trying. It's not a sin.
The Bible tells you in Revelations, it tells you not to read any other books. It tells you not to do that. Well,
where does it say that?
In Revelations, it says, hold on.
Man, y'all got it.
It says not to. Okay, I'm sorry. It says not to add or subtract from this book. So basically, a lot of people interpret that. A lot of Christians interpret that as don't read anything outside of the Bible. I've heard them say.
I don't know how they interpret that. that does not say that. If you say don't add, and it basically saying is to keep the integrity of the book. That doesn't mean not to read another book.
Right. So right. So that means when King James brought you his interpretation, that means if you read the Apocrypha, that's adding to it because you know what I'm saying? Books were added and taken away.
No, if I read the Apocrypha, I'm not adding to it. That means
no. You missed what I'm saying.
The person who wrote the Apocrypha, they added to it. I can read it.
No, brother. Apocrypha was written way before King James was born. What are you talking about?
See, but you keep on going to King James. I really
King James is a standard of English.
That's why I believe in the Hebrew and the Greek.
Okay, so you have the Hebrew and the Greek. So
I'm not saying I'm an expert, but King James is not the final authority for me.
He's the final authority in English, and you're reading English.
Not for me because, like I said,
what Bible is not rooted in the King? What English Bible is not rooted in King James? That's not derived from King James.
Just because I read the English Bible,
not answering my question.
Like I said, right now, listen to me. I'm going to answer your question. If King James says something and I don't get a clear answer, and I go back to the Hebrew, and the Hebrew says, "Nah, it's this." I'm going with the Hebrew. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to say that I know all the other languages or whatever. Like I'm the King James.
So you check it with the Blue Letter Bible.
I'm yeah. As long as, like I said, I'm not no expert or no pro, but now the original.
You're going to Strong's Concordance.
Yeah,
the Blue Letter Bible and the Concordance are written in English. Are they not, MD?
No, it's not about.
They given a translation to the Hebrew and the Greek.
So they bypass
the Hebrew language is alphanumeric, meaning that it's a number system and a letter system at the same time. So you could count you could count everything in the original Bible, and it has to add up. So it becomes numerical. And that's why it says in Revelation to count the number of his name.
Wait, huh?
Yeah, that's what it says when they're talking about the Antichrist.
You went spooky dookie then.
No, that's in the Bible. What you mean? I'll show you right now.
You got me there. I said,
These do a 3-card money and me. Apex do a 3-card money.
No, ain't no 3-card money.
No. I'm teasing. You didn't do a 3-card money, Mo. You said something about numbers. You lost me, bro. I'm lost.
It's alphanumeric. The Hebrew language is alphanumeric. That means it's a number system. And so the letter A, and for example, Aleph in Hebrew is actually the equivalent of 1 at the same time.
Stop it, Apex. You're not fluent in no damn Hebrew. Stop that.
I'm not saying I'm fluent in Hebrew.
I know you're not. I know you're not fluent in Hebrew.
I just told you a little fact right there. I'm not saying that doesn't mean that I'm an expert.
But you're still not fluent. And if you're not fluent in Hebrew, all that's out the window. I hear.
But that's where you got the Strong's Concordance to try to break it down.
We talking about English translations again. See, this is why I can't do the religion. I can't do it.
No, but like you see, you don't.
That's why Jesus said you just have to believe. You just have to believe.
You got that wrong. We're believing stuff based on logic and facts.
No, there's nothing factual. The logic, like when they say Jesus died and walked on water, there's no I can't rock with that, brother. There's no logic. There's no science explaining man walking on water after he done goddamn been nailed to the cross. No, I can't. No, and it moved a big old stone.
After? What do you mean after? He did that. He walked on water before he was nailed to the cross.
Again, there's no logic to that, sir.
Well, that's fine. And there are certain things that are logical, and then there are certain things that become supernatural. God can do both.
Supernatural. Now, see, now you're in a realm of spooky dookie.
That's not spooky dookie. Then you got natural, then you got supernatural. You know things that's in a natural world. Logic is natural, but then when God decided to go supernatural, then you start to become illogical.
That, sir, is called a belief. You believe.
For example, quantum mechanics, that's not natural. Quantum physics is not natural.
So there must be.
You can have a particle. You can have a particle on two opposite ends of the universe doing the same thing. It's observable, but it's not natural.
Called a theory. That's called a theory, sir.
So you don't believe in science either?
I don't deal with belief. Period.
So then, what do you? Then how did you like? What's your name? You believe what's your name?
No, I know my name. I know my name.
Yes, you believed your parents.
I know my name.
You believe your parents. You believed your parents. Were you there? Do you remember being born? No. I know you're gonna show me. No. You're gonna show me documents. You gotta believe documents.
I'm about to show you what I know. If I take these keys and I hold in my hand, I know they're gonna fall. Boom. If I take these same keys, no. Listen, if I take these same keys and go to my car, based on past evidence, when I turn the ignition, if the battery is charged up, it's going to start the car. I know this. It's not something that I believe.
You don't know what your name is. You don't know. You believe your name. You believe that your parents are your parents. You don't know.
What is a belief? A belief is there. No. This is what a belief is. Apex. There's a pink unicorn in the trunk of my car that spits out $5 bills. Do you believe that, sir? That's a belief. That's a belief.
Right now, I'm saying you don't
Santa
know.
Santa Claus will come down.
Let me finish.
In the chimney. That's a belief. That's a belief.
That's an extreme.
If I take my tooth and put it underneath my pillow, and the tooth fairy will come and get it. That's a belief. That's an extreme.
That's when you were born. When you were born.
Define belief.
When you were born, do you remember what happened when you came out of your mother's womb?
Mm-mm.
You sure? So you don't know what happened. You believe your parents. You believe the documents they gave for you. You believe.
I don't know. Where's the belief coming?
We don't know nothing. No human knows nothing. You have to believe somebody.
No, a belief is a choice, sir.
Do you remember being born?
Apex, you're not understanding what a belief is. A belief is a choice. If I tell you there's a pink unicorn in my car, you have to choose to believe that, or you choose not to believe it. Yeah. I don't deal with belief. Just like when MD said, you got to show me the curriculum. So I'm going to show. This is how I debate. I don't debate on assumptions and beliefs. I debate on what I know.
Okay, but if you know something, that means you experienced it yourself. If you didn't experience it yourself, if you didn't experience it yourself, you got to believe somebody.
Not necessarily.
Yes, you do. Then how you going to know it then?
Again,
were you there? You don't know. Nobody knows all things. So you have to believe.
Okay. You don't have to. No, you don't have to believe anything. No, you don't.
Yes, you do. You believe that floor is going to hold you up.
No, I know the floor is going to hold me up.
Yeah, because you got history. Because you got history.
That's called knowing.
Yes. You know.
Believing. So you going by Paul's definition of belief?
No, I'm going by just basic knowledge. right? Basic logic, excuse me. Basic logic says
right,
that,
and a lot of that falls under Paul's definition of belief.
I know. I'm just talking. This me and you talking right now. Me and you talking right now.
Okay, right.
For you.
So do you need? Okay,
no,
so you don't need no proof of evidence for belief, correct?
No. Let me finish right now. If you know what you have seen, what you've seen and observed, and proven yourself, if you was not there to actually observe it, then you have to believe somebody else's report. Now, you may think this person is credible as all. I mean, they can be credible and they can be just credible, no problem. But you still got to believe them. I believe my mother when she said that I came out of her womb and that she named me Chad and that I belong to her. I don't know if somebody switched me at birth. How can I remember that? I don't. I could be somebody. She could have stole me. I don't know. Just like how you don't know. The person that raised you could have stole you. You don't know.
Okay, that's
interesting. We believe.
That's an interesting definition of what you have believed. The way
it's not about a definition, it's just logic. It's just basic logic. It's not a definition.
It's not a basic logic. You're confusing belief with knowing. With belief, you don't need no proof or evidence.
Belief and knowledge almost, dare I say,
no, they're not.
I'm gonna say opposite, but they are almost contrary to each other. Because right now, if you know something, then you can't believe it. So,
okay, I agree with that.
If I know something, I don't have to believe it.
I agree with that, right?
So, but it's the opposite. If I believe something, that means that I can't know it because I have to believe it. So if being that I'm not everywhere at the same time, I don't know everything, I have to believe something because humans need each other. Like, I didn't build this building. I didn't have to build this building that I'm in right now. Somebody else did it. And then I'm enjoying their labors. So when people figure out stuff, they invent things, they figure things out, they learn trial and error, all of these things. And then they tell me, okay, this is what this is. I have to make a choice. Either I'm going to believe what all of these is going through or I'm not. Now, if I want to enjoy the benefits of other people's work, which all humans do this, because I didn't make civilization. So I'm believing what civilization tells me about itself. I wasn't saying yes or no. Everybody has to believe. We all have to believe something. So we have to make a choice what we believe. It's really simple logic.
I don't believe nothing at all, sir. No, sir, I don't believe that.
Like I said, when your parents told you, when you was able to understand English and you started to figure things out as a little baby or a toddler, whatever, when you started to experience your world, parents told you, you are my son, and we raised you, and you came from this, and they told you about yourself, and
that's based on a system of knowing, right? Because they know, they know I was their son.
You have to believe them because you don't know. They know, you don't. You don't know. To believe them. Because they know. Your mother knows she birthed you. She experienced it. You see what I mean? She watched you, and she watched you come out the womb. She experienced that.
Let me ask you a very important question.
You have to believe her. So, I gotta believe my mother.
Let me ask you an important question, because you got all up like in a bunch when I said I was an atheist. Why is that threatening to you?
No, it's not threatening to me. It's not threatening to me.
Why does that bother you? Why does that bother you?
Like you said certain things. You're saying that, I can't read other books. And I'm like,
no. Let's forget all that. Let's talk about atheism. Why is it a problem? Why does that word seem so evil to you?
I didn't say it was evil.
But you were like, oh, you're an atheist. Like what?
No.
Okay, so if I don't believe in a God, why is that important to you? Like, why is that like?
No, okay, you don't believe in a God, but you got to believe something.
Okay, if I say I don't believe in anything, why is that a problem to you?
Okay, when you say atheist,
why is that a problem to you?
No,
sir?
I'm gonna answer you this way. Okay. When they told you that you were from rocks,
I don't believe in a God. Why is that a problem?
It's not a problem. You could believe whatever you want.
Okay,
I mean,
cool.
I'm not over you. I can't tell you what to believe.
Cool.
We're just having a conversation.
Okay,
So
but
if
you
you
know
want
a
to do that,
theocracy, but a theocratic government, because most theocratic governments, once the government is in charge, they and interpret that, that's a no-no. But that's a system that you want there, sir. So why would you want a system like that when you just said you don't have a problem with me not believing in God, but you want a theocracy? And
because a
theocracy
theocracy works. A theocracy works best
for
when
those who believe, right? Well, no, it didn't work for Israel, and it didn't work for Japan, and it didn't work for China.
well, because of sin. Like I said, everything got messed up down here.
So why would you want a system that goes against your? Now you believe you as a human saying it's okay for there to be atheists, right?
It's their choice. Like right now,
It's my choice.
everybody.
So why would you want a system that impedes on that choice?
Well, do you think? Well, so you're saying that my system would say that you have to believe this
No,
way?
it wouldn't be. First of all, it wouldn't be your system. A theocracy would be the system of the government. The government screw your interpretation of God. It's the government's interpretation of God.
Okay.
So that goes out the window. All whatever your belief, well, personal belief you go is out the door. If you don't believe the way the government believes, off with your head. So
Well,
why
nah,
would
see,
you want
I'm against that. I'm against that because
oh,
we
then
all
you're an
have
atheist.
to. It's a personal. It's a
Then you're
personal.
anti-God of the state. You're
It's a
anti-God of the state.
personal relationship. It's a personal choice.
So a
God,
personal
God
relationship and
introduces.
personal choice
Let me
is
finish. Let me finish.
anti-God of the state.
God introduces himself to every individual. If somebody wants to get in the way of that,
And
then you got a problem with God. Because
that's
God
fine.
doesn't want no
And
grandchildren.
and if you have a problem with the
I said
theocracy, you're
God
having
does.
a
God
problem.
does.
Hold on. Everything that you said is because of freedom of religion, right? It's because of your individualistic relationship or this and that, your
No,
interpretation.
God,
But
no. God, that's in the Bible.
once the state gets a hold of it, interpret the state, you're gonna have to go abide by the state's
Well,
interpretation, not
what does the
yours.
Bible? What does the Bible say about the world? God,
I don't
Jesus
care what
said
the
that.
Bible says,
No,
whatever the
no. I'm
government says.
letting you know what I really believe. You keep on. You keep on.
No.
No,
But
you
Apex, you're not
straw
understanding
manning
what
me.
I'm saying.
No,
I
you
hear what you're
straw
saying,
manning me.
and I respect what you're saying about your
You don't
belief.
even know what
But
I'm saying.
once the government, but once the government gets a hold of it, it's out the door. Your belief is out the
I'm
door.
not down with the government. I'm against this world.
You're an atheist. You're anti-God of the state.
Well, I'm anti-world, and the world takes many forms. God says that if you're a friend of the world, you're an enemy of God. That's what the Bible says. So it's nothing to do with no dang state. I'm not down with now bump all of that. God said
well, you
it
know,
in the
America
Bible,
was
if you
formed.
are a friend of this world, you are an enemy of God. I don't want to be God's enemy. So don't put that on me. I'm not trying to say anything
I'm
about.
not trying to put anything on. All I'm saying is that once
And that's
the
what I
state
believe.
gets a hold of your God, they're going to interpret your God.
Well,
They're
then
gonna
God is
interpret
going to judge them. That's what happened throughout history. When
that's
same thing
theocracy.
happened, and God had to destroy Israel. Who you think destroyed Israel?
So you, sir, don't want no theocracy.
Well, not like that.
You want to be able to worship God the way you want to worship God, the way you interpret God.
I want to worship God the way God told me to worship Him.
Right, not the state, but the way God tells you. Right, because
Exactly.
you want God to talk to you, because according to the state, God only talks to the state. That's a theocracy.
No. Look.
What do you mean? No.
What do we know? We don't know. Only God knows everything. We don't know jack. None of us know.
So you're like me. You're against the God of the state.
No, I'm against the state. I'm against the world.
Okay, good.
What is the God of the state? You gonna have to give me more context on that.
I don't know what that is.
The God of the state.
You straw manning.
Hold on. That's fine. No. I got MD. MD. The God of the state is whatever the state deems as God. They take the Bible and interpret it for you. That's the God of the state.
So you saying atheism, then you talking about state atheism. State atheism is different from just regular old atheism.
No. The etymology of atheism means anti-God of the state. When the word was born is when they established the state taking over, and people were against that shit. People like Apex and people like yourself that believe in God were against the God of the state.
Oh wow, how you put me in that?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay. What I'm saying is that The original word atheist was people that opposed the government, telling them.
I got no problem with that. But you when you say the God of the state is like, that's when it starts to get a little like, oh, wait a minute.
In fact, Charlemagne said that God talked to him. He was one of the Charlemagne, goddamn.
He was a devout Catholic.
Absolutely, and most of those guys.
Did he worship Mary?
He intertwined the God with the state, meaning the state and the God and state were one. And so if you went against the king, you went against God. We said this before.
All of that stuff, all that Pope stuff. I ain't with none of that. The Pope is the false prophet in the Bible. The false
You're against
prophet.
The God of the state.
I'm against the world.
Okay, then you're getting against the God of the state.
Well, that's how you word it. I'm just against the world and anything that's okay. If you're a friend of the world, you're an enemy of God.
Okay, well, I'm telling you the original definition. That's where the word atheist comes from. It's anti-God of the state. That's where it comes from.
That's cool and all, but
it's changed through time.
Tomato, and I'm not gonna argue that. But back to the original thing where we was talking about. Not to. I put it up there. It talks about here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, but it's a number of a man, and it's talking about man. The word man there could be translated Charles, for his number is 600. Yeah. You see, all of these words you have to look them
Charles
up.
Man.
Yeah, it's interchangeable. All of those words that you see, you could put this in the Strong's Concordance and look up each one of these words in the Greek, and you will get a more clearer.
And Charles was the son of King James. You know that, right?
That's
Charles
cool.
First. Okay.
But remember, it's King Charles VIII, and it says.
You reading? Go ahead. My bad, Apex. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead,
MD.
No. I was gonna say real quick. What etymology are you using for atheist?
The Greek term, anti-theos.
Anti-theos or atheos.
Atheos.
Okay.
It should lead you to the God of the state.
Okay, let me go to etymology online.
Okay.
Okay, it says atheos, godless person, one who denies the existence of a supreme intelligent being to whom moral obligation is due. From Greek atheos, without God, denying the gods, abandoned of the God, godless, ungodly.
Okay.
That's atheos.
That's it. Oh shit. Okay.
Now, and check this out. There's another verse real quick where it says, talking about the beast, which is the Antichrist, and the beast that was and is not and even is the eighth and is of the seventh and goeth into perdition, which or hell.
Oh, yeah. So real quick, hold on. MD.
Yo.
Does it tell you the damn origin of how that came about?
No, it's just giving me the etymology. That's atheos.
So it doesn't go into like the whole history behind that?
No, it's just giving me the etymology. That's it.
Hey, MD, you at the computer, or are you controlling the Black Sun?
Yeah.
You don't control. Go to Blue Letter Bible. Or actually, I'll put it up. Okay. And then if you don't mind, just to show you that it's much deeper than you think. It's not just or the English. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Hold on. Where hold on 1 second.
Yeah, but my point is that you're reading in English. You're reading English, so you're depending on the English context. Was what I'm saying. You're not reading. I mean, even though you get a blue concordance and all that, it's still translated over into English. And when you deal with different languages, things are lost, things are interpreted a certain way based on this culture, based on this language, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to conform it into that language that you're speaking in. And so that's where they get the term lost in translation, because there's words that we don't have that. Maybe the French word may have, the Spanish word may have, Latin words may have. So translating it over into English, you're going to get things lost in that process. And when you're dealing with not only with words like that, but when you're dealing with people's interpretation, like we all speak English and we all can watch the same movie, we can all read, and we get different interpretation, and we all speak the same language. So imagine somebody else speaking a different language. That's all I'm saying.
All right,
Now,
can you hear me?
Yes.
All
right, so I found what you was talking about, Black Son.
Okay.
It's called statius atheos or state atheism, meaning that it says since the Enlightenment. No, I'm sorry. State atheism and atheism were not synonymous with each other, and mean two distinct things. Atheism has its origin in ancient Greece, and also there have always been people who did not believe in God, or atheos. Atheism did not emerge as an overt or avowed belief system until the late Enlightenment. Then it says, on the other hand, state atheism was a movement in Greek ancient times. Almost all state atheists had advocated for state secularism. So it's two different things, which I kind of like knew already.
Okay. Why do you
tell me? So you say atheism, and then you say state atheism, meaning they want individuality within religion of the state.
Right. They don't want that. Right. So would you say that's a theocracy, MD? Your early theocracy?
No, they didn't want theocracy. That's why they call themselves state atheists.
Right. Okay. I guess I worded that wrong. I'm sorry, MD. What I'm saying is that the anti-state, those people were anti-theocratic, were they not?
Yeah, they were.
Okay. So that's state atheism as opposed to just atheism. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Because I knew I heard it before, and I was like, okay, so I didn't know it was state atheism and then atheism. Okay, so I learned something.
Yes, all state atheism mean is they want the government to be secular. That's all they mean. Which is a good thing.
Hell yeah. Well, that's not what Apex want, but I mean,
hey, look, check out my screen real quick.
Okay, let me see. Gideon. Okay, there we go. Add stream. There we go. All right.
You see me?
Yeah, I see it.
Now I'm real quick. See, all right. This Revelation 17:11.
Yes.
Now when it says and the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth and is of the seventh and go up into perdition. Now, for example, when you say the word, let's for example of perdition, you go to that's Greek word 684.
Okay.
And this is all of the information for that word. And it's like you could perdition, destroying, utter destruction, vessels, perishing, ruin, the ruin of money, destruction which consists of eternal misery in hell. This is the actual pronunciation of the word right here. And it says apolia.
Okay.
From the presume, and every word is a numerical value and a definition. So when I say alphanumeric, it's not just English.
Gotcha.
So all of that stuff is kept in the original text. Okay. And we're supposed to study. That's why the Bible says you have to study it, not just read it. So it is much more levels to it than just, oh, look at this, what this says. And then it even has a lot of all of this stuff with one word. All of this. And then it shows you all the other times this word comes up. And it has all of that. So it's not something that is just simple and surface level. Is deep.
Right.
You know? So I just want, because a lot of times people don't, the stuff that's written in the Bible and not just King James. So King James is not the end all be all at all. Right. We have to go to the original text, which is the original word of God. Now, I ain't got no problems with the King James. King James didn't write the Bible. It was
no, he didn't write. No, he had scribes. No, I didn't say he
it
wrote
was
it. I'm saying he had
and
scribes.
that book was a very amazing book. All of them scribes it was a great work they did. It's the most manuscript book of all time. Has the most manuscripts and it's very accurate and it's very
the English had a habit of curving things to their likeness, meaning King Henry VIII, he wanted a divorce, so he goddamn formed a whole new religion so he can goddamn divorce his wives and shit.
and that's the Anglican Church.
Right. And King James wanted to do what he wanted to do, and so he goddamn took some things out. You know what I'm saying? So when the Revelations say don't add or add to, so the Apocrypha predates the King James, correct? So that means King James took out some books from the Apocrypha.
He didn't take nothing out from the original text.
Go ahead, man.
No, he didn't.
No.
The book of Maccabees.
Was that in the original?
Yeah, that's why you got the King James and you got the King James 1619. Or what is that the year 1619? I think.
Yeah, you got it. That's it.
And so the book of Maccabees is in the original text.
In the 1619.
I gotta look into that. It's 66 books last time I checked.
Book of Barnabas.
Well, I don't know about that one. But I have heard about Maccabees.
Nah, but that's not in the original text. That's not original canon. That's not the original canon.
Book of Enoch was taken out.
That's not the original canon.
Huh?
Book of Enoch is not in the original canon.
Says who?
Now it's a respected book, but it didn't make the original canon.
Says who, Apex?
Just look it up.
I looked it up, and I'm saying these books.
1611. I'm sorry, 1611.
Yeah, right. And these books predate 1611. 1611 is late.
No, it's not about it predating it. I'm talking about did it make the original canon?
Oh Lord!
So
who decided the original canon? Who decided
that? All right, so hey, real quick, Apex, hold up. The original 1611 King James version of the Bible had the whole Apocrypha in it.
Yeah. Right, okay, that's cool. But I'm going into the original canon before King James is even thought of.
Right. So the Apocrypha was before King James was thought of. Right. We're saying so we're saying
no, but there were books that were not included that they wrote in Israel and were not included in the original canon. There were other books that the Bible speaks about, like you said, the Book of the Wars of the Lord, and that didn't make the Bible.
Right, and I'm telling you, the books I just mentioned, Barnabas, the book of Book of Enoch.
No, that's
that ain't Apocrypha though.
No,
Enoch and Barnabas ain't part of Apocrypha.
Okay, but I'm saying, but they were okay. But you guys are acknowledging these were books.
There's a whole gang of books. I'm not
right. So we're on the same page. We're acknowledging
that. But
it
didn't make the canon of the Bible back when it was being put together.
And that's what I have a problem with.
Ezra, I think Ezra was part of that, putting it together back in right MD.
Say what now?
Ezra.
Yeah, you got Esdras. You got second Esdras.
No. I'm talking about Ezra of the scribe. Was he?
Ezra the scribe.
In the Bible, it said that like Ezra, wasn't he a part of putting that together in the Old Testament?
You asking the wrong person.
I have to look all that up. I'll get over that for y'all. I'll get over that for y'all.
But who canonized the 66 books though?
The people, whoever did it in the well, put it like this: the Old Testament was canonized, and then the New Testament was obviously canonized later on. But then when they put them two together, it was a 66 book. Then
who put them together? Apex. Who put them together?
Well, the Catholic Church put the Old Testament.
Okay.
The Old Testament and the New Testament together. No. But they put together the Old Testament. How many books it had? The original
from Genesis to what? Zechariah?
Was it Malachi?
I'm talking about just Old Testament, right?
Yeah, to Malachi.
Oh, Malachi. Oh, okay.
Genesis to Malachi. Whatever, how many of those amount of books is in the New Testament, whatever those books, the Catholic Church just put those two together. They didn't take nothing apart or put anything together. They just put it together in one book. But
Which
those
Catholic church,
66
the Council of Nicaea put it together.
Council of Nicaea.
Okay,
Those
okay,
66 books are those 66 books.
Which Council of Nicaea?
I'm seeing you're going beyond my pay grade there. I'm not the super historian. You probably be. All I know is what I know, and if I don't know, I don't know.
Okay, so okay.
So you start hitting me with those wrinkles, man. You got me.
I just try to find out which Council of Nicaea because they had several of them.
Yeah, see, I didn't know nothing about that, man. You got me there.
Okay, all right, well, okay. Yeah, a lot of people think there was just one 325 AD. No, there were a bunch of them. There were a bunch of them. They were putting books together and taking books out, putting together books, taking books out. They were doing that back then several times. They've had several councils. And that's why they kept having councils because they kept adding books in, taking books
Matter
out.
of fact, the last one was right before Charlemagne. Like literally right before him.
There you go.
And everybody has to believe something because nobody knows everything. Only God knows everything. So I don't even know my name. I believe my mother more than I believe anybody else. She said that, I named you Chad. I'm your mother. I think I even remember the first time I asked my mother because I'm kind of my mother looks white. And I'm like caramel complexion.
Wait, I just thought of something. Oh, something just hit me. MD, which predates what? The atheists or state anti-theists? Which predates which? I just thought about that.
What do you mean predate? What are you talking about?
Meaning which came first, the anti-God of the state or just anti-God?
Well, I mean, you got to have atheists before you can have state atheists. So
Gotcha. Okay.
obviously atheists came first.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm thinking they had a problem with it, and they didn't have a problem with it until the damn state started implementing that shit. That's my theory. But okay, I just asking. I don't think it became a problem until the damn state started goddamn trying to impose that shit.
Well, I mean, but Greek never really had a instance where they were trying to impose so according to that one article that I just read,
yeah,
it was more or less like a political group.
Right, but
you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, MD, but what I'm saying is that it's not going to be problematic until you have a political group. If you're just meeting people individually, there's no way to impose shit. There's no way to goddamn cast punishment until you have a government in place. And then now you're saying, oh, these people.
Greece always had a government in place. They the originators of government.
Okay, so what I'm saying is that I'm taking a stretch here. I'm saying anti-God of the state was first. Because you have
so you're gonna have to show me where Greece was trying to create a theocracy. We talk about the originators of democracy.
Okay, so we got to trace that term where it originates from because that term
from
was
Greece.
Okay, so it was Greece. So it being Greece, why did they use that term? Why did they feel it was necessary to use that term, MD? Were they trying to form a theocracy? Or was the state...
Because they were a political party.
Right, so were they abusing their religious power? Were they abusing it?
You're going to have to show me that.
No, I'm asking.
Again, we're talking about the originators of democracy, Greece.
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you, why would that term... Huh?
All it said was it was a political party focusing on a secular government. That's all it said.
So why? Okay, I guess what I'm trying to ask is why would they come up with that term? Like, why would somebody be anti-God of the state?
I didn't see nowhere where it said anti-God of the state. I saw where it said secular government.
So okay, damn, I guess I'm getting tired. Shit,
I get what you're saying.
Okay, what am I trying to say? Because I'm tired. Shit.
What I'm saying is, like you're saying that it had to be a reactionary method in the madness.
Thank you.
I'm saying is I didn't see that in the article.
Help me out. Okay, fuck the article. Help me out. Help me out here. Help me out. We just using some logic. We just having a conversation.
Well, it didn't say it. It didn't say. All it said was it was a political party. That's all it said.
So I need to find out.
You try to make me do something that's not there. It's not there.
No, I'm asking a simple question, MD. I'm asking why would this term come up unless there was an abuse of power somewhere? People, like you said, it's a political party. So apparently there was an opposing side that felt this was problematic.
I'm pretty sure, just like you got conservatives and Democrats today, I'm pretty sure that there was a party in Greece that wanted to worship Mars and Venus and all the other Greek whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now that's Roman. My bad.
Oh no,
but you know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure that you had a conservative side of government.
Okay.
And then you had a opposite side of government.
Okay.
And it's still like that to this day. So yeah, I mean, I get your point. But that's where the term come from.
Okay. I was just That sounds plausible to me. All right. MD, you're on your computer, man, because I got to go.
No, hey, y'all could have been there ended it, man.
I want to end by saying this, man. It's like, everybody, because we don't know everything, everybody got to believe something. Everybody got to believe something. I have to believe my name is Chad and I came out of my mom's, because I don't remember that at all. And I don't think nobody does. Unless you Powder. Remember that dude Powder? That movie Powder? You remember that? And he remembered his birth. I mean, unless you're that dude, then I don't know. So because
to your point, Apex, I will say this. I don't take belief that deep. You know what I'm saying? I don't use belief to that extreme. You know what I'm saying? So I would be different from Black Sun to that effect. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking at belief in an absolute. Because at the end of the day, in the morning, I believe this damn truck gonna crank up so I can get the hell up out of here.
Yeah.
Based on past evidence.
Yeah, based on past evidence.
It's not
that also helps. Just because the past evidence is dead, I don't mean it's gonna crank up now.
No. But he knows it's a possibility that the truck may not. So he knows it may not crank up. He believes it's going to crank up based on past evidence. So that's still knowing.
It's probable. Probability.
That's knowing.
Probability.
Probability is different. I get that.
But probability is knowing. But that's knowing.
Certainty.
But probability is knowing. You're knowing you got
probability is not knowing. It's probable. Like it might rain today. You got an 85% chance of rain, 99% chance of rain, and it don't rain.
So that's still knowing.
No, that has you have a good idea, but you don't know what's going to happen until after it happens.
That's still knowing.
Like you ever had oh my gosh, or this guy's gonna beat this guy up in this boxing match, or this team is gonna blow this other team out.
Right. There's a probability. It's a probability. You don't just go on belief. You know that this might happen. That's knowing. So him getting up, say, man, I hope that, if the truck, he knows that putting the key in the ignition, he knows based on past evidence that it'll crank up, but there's that one chance that it might not crank up. He knows the two possibilities.
Put like this. I know my personal past. I know I went to work today. I know I came home. I know the route I came home. You can't tell me how I came home. I know it very intimately. It happened. So it's my past. It's not your past. It's my past. So I know intimately my things. I can truly say that I know what happened today with me. Now, somebody else don't know, so they got to believe me when I tell them.
Well, see, I think what the thing is, Apex, I'm using Paul's definition. Paul says that it's the evidence of things not seen. I'm using the Christian Bible Paul definition of belief. That's When they talk about faith,
because you're believing God. His faith is the evidence of things not seen. So basically, because God said it, I'm banking on it.
So you have no proof. You just believe that there's a God.
Exactly.
Okay, I agree with that.
And that belief is so strong that I'm willing to sacrifice what I know because I believe God is more credible than what I think and what I experience and what I know.
All I'm saying is don't impose that on me, is what I'm saying.
I'm not imposing it. I'm just saying.
You're not, but a lot of people try to impose that.
I can't help that. I can't help that.
You can't help it, but if you put it in a theocracy, they're going to try to impose that. Is what I'm trying to tell you. In fact, they're not going to try. They are going to impose that, like Iran, like Saudi Arabia, like Bahrain, like Qatar. These are countries that actually,
I mean, it's not fine, and I totally agree with you on that sense that God gives people a choice. God says, "Okay, I give you life and death. You choose." Right. MD said that in the Old Testament to the Israelites. I give you life and death. You choose.
Again, that comes
from theocracy is not going to do. Theocracy is going to say, like China, we are communists, and you're going to take this or else. God don't do that. God don't force people. God doesn't force people to do anything. He says he tells you the consequences. He says, "Look, if you do this, this is going to happen. Don't do this. Follow me and live." So he wants you to obey him.
We need you more on these damn Islamic shows. That's what we need you on, Apex, because I see where you're coming from. I don't know how many Muslim friends you run into in New York, but these motherfuckers are crazy. And we need you there to balance that shit out. You know what I'm saying?
All that jihad stuff, man. Come on, B. You can't look.
You can't tell them that Allah's not telling them to do that, brother. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
No, he is telling them to do that. I'm not trying to say he's not telling them, but God of the Bible don't do that. The God of the Bible says you preach the gospel. If they reject you, he says shake the dust off your feet and keep it moving. That's the Bible says.
You do know there are more Muslims in the world than Christians. You do know this.
That's fine. I'm not here to argue that.
That's not fine. That's not fine.
No, I mean. No, I can't control it. So what do you want me to do?
I want you to.
You want me to stop him?
Stop him! Stop him!
I'm not. Hey, I can't do that, man. What can I tell you, man? It's like, hey, it may be true. Hey, what can I do about it, man? All I know is that the God of the Bible is not like that, and that's all I'm saying. Like, I don't want the God of the Bible to be lied about or be lied on.
Allah is the God of the Bible.
Oh gosh! Now I know a lot of titles.
Hey, he's right about. Hey, MD's right about that. According to the line of Abraham, yeah, they're the same God.
Nah, boy, it's not, because the God of the Quran comes out of triple stage darkness.
No. Now I got to push back. Man. God dang, no.
I thought you said it was tired.
I'm tired. Yeah, I'm tired, man. God damn. You need your own show, Apex. You need your own show, man. You need to goddamn come on the arena and goddamn crank it up, because there are people on the internet that will come challenge you. Trust me.
It's too much, man. It's too much. Man, it'll consume you. Trust me. MD was here with me back in the day when I was doing nonsense about video games, and all that pushback I got back. That joint drive you crazy, man. Somebody make a diss video about you, and you you want to get back at them, and the next it start consuming you, man.
I got you. Yeah.
Remember that MD, man? Versus and all of them dudes, man.
I do.
B Fife and everything and all that stuff, man. Shout out to them guys, by the way.
Shout out to the same community, man, wherever they may be. Man?
I'm almost ashamed of that, man.
Apex, come home, baby. Come home. The arena's your home. Come home.
Nah, hey, anytime I'm free, I'm out here with you guys, man.
We need somebody. We need a religious voice, man. Come on home. Come on home, baby. Come on.
But as you can see in this letter right here, when you see all of these words have numbers appended.
We got a lane for you. Come on home. Just come on home. Just come on home, man. I gotta go, but just come on home. Come on, just come on, man, to the arena.
But yo, fellas, I'm let me go try to catch the supermarket for a close, man.
All right,
yo,
for sure, man.
All right, that's what's up, man.
Yo, peace to y'all, man. Black Sun, I enjoyed the combo.
Yes, sir.
Yo, are you a trucker too? Are you a trucker too?
Yeah, I'm a trucker. Hell yeah.
Oh, okay. So you and MD, y'all be passing each other on the road, beep beep beep, when you pass by.
Nah, man. Yeah. I'll be out of state.
I know he's probably across the country, huh?
Yeah, he be.
Yeah, I don't go too far. But I do haul ass.
Okay, and you be hauling all over the place, or you be in a localized area?
Not local. Yeah, I do construction. Yeah, I'm dump truck. Yeah, I'm dump truck. Man.
Okay. Yo, I'm telling you, man, that's a free job. Man. I wish I would have some parts of me wish because I used to do a lot of driving, and when I was in the dark side, I was on the dark side.
I wish I could trust my sons, but that's a whole nother topic.
No, I mean I was doing illegal stuff, and
I wish my sons would just legally drive trucks. That's all I'm saying. But I don't trust neither one of them. They driving. My youngest son, just got a car and wrecked it the same goddamn day. Totaled the shit out.
Gosh, man, he cool, right?
No, yeah, he's cool, but he's got to pay for the person he hit.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that, man. How long ago was that?
This was just last week.
Oh man, dang, B. Hey, man, yeah. I'm
you
glad.
You think I want to put him behind a goddamn rig? No.
Oh man, hey, I'm glad you can still smile, man. Hey, thank God he's all right.
No, he's all right. Yeah, he's all right. I mean, not financially though, but he physically he's all right. But yeah.
Oh, so it was more like a bad cosmetic job on the car, pretty much.
Yeah, both cars are total.
Oh man, well, damn. Yeah, that sucks, man. I don't, that sucks.
He's at fault.
Oh man. Yeah.
All because his mama wanted him to have a car.
Man.
All because his mama wanted to have a car. He needs a car.
All right, fellas.
Okay, yeah, let me go.
All right, man. Yeah, we'll see y'all Thursday, I guess.
Thursday. Okay.
Thursday,
yeah.
All right, fellas, man.
Oh, you're gonna love it on Thursday, Apex. Yeah, you're gonna love it, bro.
Cool.
Sir. All right.
All right, y'all. With that, I'm gonna say peace, man.
Peace out. Peace, everybody listening.